like literally 60 seconds. I am Carly. I will be your dealer for the first 2 hours.
TCH Austin.
I am very short. Please push your
5
bets up.
millimeter
This is a
holding
big
this evening.
table.
Getting
I've
started
never
at
dealt here
10th
before.
hour.
I can't really
Double
reach.
board, kilo
No phones on the table. No phones on the rail. No food or drink over the table. Ante up. We are going to start off with a yellow bomb pod.
Hi, I'm sorry I'm a few minutes late. I was at the cash. Had a great session.
So. Had a good session. That's the
good session,
thing.
yeah.
Good session. It's hard to. It's hard to take yourself away from a good table sometimes.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was really good. It was really fun. So. But I haven't been on for a while, so I'm excited to do this. I've been on vacation. It seems like forever, for a month.
Yeah, vacations are always good. So, how about those Eagles?
Yeah, how about those Broncos?
Oh, you got me there.
Oh man,
that there's no expectations for the Broncos.
That's true. I was. Needless to say, it was a terrible day for me. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say.
My brother is a diehard Jet fan, and he was at the game, and he got his money's worth out of that.
Yeah, I mean, losing any game with your favorite team is never good, but losing to Zach Wilson is probably the worst feeling ever.
Yeah, you lost to the Jets.
But the 49ers lost to P.J. Walker. So,
they did.
They
did.
So it happens. It can happen to the. I don't know.
We got cards. He's 6'5" with diamonds.
All right, we're right off to the bomb pot, huh? Let us know if the volume's coming through great, because my thing keeps slipping down. So let me get on here.
All right, MH with all kinds of straight outs. And I don't see any huge numbers here. Okay, Johnny with the nut diamond draw on top. Also has kings and nines on the bottom, and ace. So nut diamonds with 3 pair. On his team, pot is 80 with his ace 10, 9, 8. So an ace in bottom 2 and a gutter. Johnny's just called. Serious scoopability in seat 1 for Johnny.
7. Heads up.
They will go to the turns, heads up. 10 of spades, deuce of spades. Spades get there on the bottom. Does either player have spades? No, they don't. This could slow it down a bit. Uncle T now with top 2 on the top board.
I thought it was different.
We go check, check, so the rivers would go.
It was like a flat thing. Like it wasn't like a building.
Ooh, all kinds of straights out there now.
This will chop if it gets the showdown. Far from certain here. The diamonds have missed for Johnny.
8-bet 150. So if
but it's the same pool.
He does have the kings and
Yes.
nines on the
All right,
bottom.
you know what?
That would be the best
I should
hands.
have believed Kevin.
Uncle T going to put him to the test.
Good lesson.
50 the price.
Oh, I like that play.
Kevin always
Uncle
has.
T's aces and tens best on top.
Yeah. I'm a little rusty.
Trying to help you out.
I'm a little rusty.
I don't think he's expecting to be good on the
At
bottom.
one point we were.
No. You really just had some fold equity there. You're just trying to give him a fold there.
Away.
I'm quite
Yeah, Johnny couldn't call that.
Yeah, that's tough. Like, what board are you winning?
Yeah, this flush already there on the bottom. So that's the only board you already had.
I took vacation.
I was-
Everyone in the chat.
I was just about to say.
I see Poker Monkey, Frank, David, Rena.
Rena back from her vacation as well. Probably been back for a while. I've just been gone for so long.
Frank's in there. Mitchell's in there. Good to see you all. Be sure to hit that like button on your way in.
Thank you, Frank. Thank you, Rena. Appreciate it.
Make sure that the algorithm knows
gonna be a live
TCH
tag.
Live is on this Monday, and that you're all enjoying it. Get some more eyes
For the
on
most part,
this.
it's all the ones you'd expect.
A lot of familiar faces. Biddy's a new face. He's actually from upstate New York. I got to talk to him a little bit before the show. So a fellow New Yorker on the table this evening.
So when they say upstate New York, they mean like Buffalo?
Is
That's way upstate.
Like way upstate.
Like Saratoga Springs, isn't that? Because I know it's a Disney thing too, but they got it from upstate New York.
Yeah,
Horse
so
racing.
like in my mind as a Long Islander, really anywhere north of Yonkers is upstate in my mind.
Well, I don't know where Yonkers is.
It's like
I've heard of it. I've heard of it.
It's like 2 counties up from the Bronx.
Okay.
Have you
Oh,
heard of the Bronx?
I've been to the Bronx. Interesting place.
My mom's from the Bronx. If I want to needle her, I'll say that she's from upstate because like it's part of the mainland.
I used to get Bronx and Brooklyn confused.
Barbara
All right.
has top pair here.
Oh, he's gonna be sneaky.
Just the back door for Johnny. Check, check. Back door's going to close here. The ace is going to be problematic for Barber.
Yeah, Johnny can rep this now. Maybe.
That's not a guarantee. At this point,
Barber going to go for it, or Johnny rather going to bet the 55.
I'm very offended that you refer to Jack Skellington as the nightmare before this guy. My entire house right now.
I've seen Barber here plenty of times before. He's always done
Five
well.
calls.
More of a
My
tighter player, I guess you could say.
child's nursery is nightmare.
Johnny's gonna have to make a massive bet here.
It's not creepy. Kids don't know that that's a creepy thing. They're raised to think things are scary. 5 check. She's gonna grow up and think rainbows.
There's nothing in the pot. It's actually not even worth really.
That's about 200.
200 bucks, yeah. I mean, he has to make a full pot size bet here.
She'd be like, that's terrifying.
Barber going to get 55.
That's good sizing there.
It's all about the condition that they're in.
25 to bet, and no, he's not. Johnny going to take it.
Yeah.
It's Western New York, but when I say upstate, I mean like, I got to drive like 10 hours from where I'm from. I'm from Long Island, for those who don't know. And it's a 10-hour drive, and you're going pretty north. Like, you're going onto the mainland U.S. If you're not on the islands, if you're on the mainland U.S., you're upstate in my mind. As I was saying when I was insinuating that the Bronx is upstate.
I've been to Long Island. Maybe I haven't been to Long Island. I don't even know. I know what it is. It's that Long Island, right?
Yeah, well, from east to west, it's pretty long.
Yeah, I think I've been there.
Yeah, so Brooklyn and Queens are not considered Long Island in the cultural sense.
Aren't they on the same island?
They're physically on the island.
I was gonna say,
They're physically on Long Island.
You have to fly. Yeah, you have to drive through Queens to get to Manhattan.
Oh, we got a cooler brewing here. We got Kings and we got Ace King.
I am not familiar with C2 off the top of my head. I do see Kevin here.
MH.
Got Optimize and Barber. It's a really good table here. Barber is going to call with his pocket sevens. He's going to. That's just a bad feeling. He's kind of going to be stuck in the middle of this because Johnny's definitely raising this.
And here comes the 4-bet. 4-bet will be up to $410. That's $10 too little.
I think with Ace King here, I think you can't call. I think it's a fold or a jam. He does have position on him. Again, it's not even a pair. So he's going to like to call. And Barber's like, wow, he just called. I have enough to set mine here. He's going to be right 1 out of 8 times here, but he's got 2 opponents. And it's already a $1,000 pot, yeah. I would have laid it down too, but I wouldn't be surprised if he did want to give it a peek here.
MH with the call. Ace right in the window, the nightmare for the Kings.
God, doesn't it always happen that way?
It's a rule.
It happened to me earlier, but I was on the other side. I hit the ace. Against Kings and Queens, I had Ace Jack.
Well, that's convenient.
Well, yeah. Just lucky. All right, so Johnny,
he gets the scary overcard. He gets the wild card. It's the scary card.
Now, MH could play this tricky and just check because Johnny was a pre-flop aggressor and he checks when that ace comes. I think that's a pretty.
And there's not a lot of turns that you're going to be afraid of if you're MH.
Not now.
Like you're going to get annoyed by a queen, really, and maybe a jack.
Maybe a jack, yeah. But mostly queens or kings here. With that being said, Johnny cannot fold. It's just a 1 bet.
In a 4-bet pot, I've seen people do it.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think he's going to do it.
His instincts are right. He knows he's behind, I think. But
the jack's going to
that gives him more outs, right?
Of, choppability there. A queen will make a straight for both players.
It will, but
1 king to win, 4 queens to chop. But I doubt we'll get that far. Johnny's going to check it again. And
MH has got to go kind of big here.
MH's going to check it back.
Well,
the 9 on the river. dash Johnny's hopes.
Every day you realize you're overeating every single day by like.
Just under pot behind, but I doubt that money's going to find its way into the middle.
So you feel sick.
Johnny
and you walk
checks,
around and you
and
just
Go for some value here.
on average are probably like
Pot size bet behind for less than a pot size.
do we go for all the marbles, or do we go for something like 300 or 400?
Well, I think the right thing to do is go for it all, but I think the what I would do is go for value. I'd go for like 500, something around that. Really, really value 1/3 pot here.
Damn.
And he's going to go for a lot of marbles.
Yeah, he's
Not
gonna-
quite all of them.
College volleyball coach won a poker cruise and he can't go, so he sold it to me
800.
for like an insane discount.
So that's actually kind of a smaller bet, a little bit
fun because
compared to the pot. Was pot was 1,500.
Yeah, it's about
like
half
a
pot,
15
slightly
inch
more than
draw
half pot,
tournament.
and
And they run cash games like every day.
you're also saying that if you raise, it's just going to go in.
At this point, yeah. So there's nothing. So it's just a obviously.
The message is pretty clear here.
So you didn't like it might just be overweight. I think like 67.
That's why like a little bit smaller bet gives your opponent an opportunity to bluff, but Johnny's not the bluffing type,
Yeah.
and he knows when he.
Lets it go.
I think he lost the minimum there.
Yeah, like there's definitely a planet.
There's
where,
a.
well, there's a planet where MH just 5 bets at free, and
I did it one time.
this hand is done like 2 minutes ago, and MH is
Yeah.
got the chips.
Yeah, most players you see them they would 5-bet jam those ace king,
I
right?
mean, we like the excursions, but I mean, I told him, I said,
And I do stand corrected. The Fisher and Buffalo is not
Yeah.
quite as long as
And it's like, I
it
feel
would have to
like
be.
once you've done all the activities, you've
Are
done
they? Are
From my
they?
hometown, it's about 7.5 hours from my hometown. Like I'm not from the city. I'm from out in Suffolk County, so like you're looking at an hour and a half just to get to the city.
Didn't the police just catch a serial killer in Long Island?
That happened a few months ago. Yes,
I'm sorry.
they did just a few months ago, and
Like it was like for like 30-year mystery or something.
it had been going on for some time. And
I think this last experience put me in the same camp as you.
good on law enforcement for apparently catching their guy.
My wife told me.
Innocent until proven guilty in a court of law, but you know,
That is true.
She said it in more explicit terms than I mean.
All right, so
this is a
8-9
fun
is
flop. There's
8-9
a
is
spade
the
draw
ooh
and an open
MH.
ender.
I would get some money in this spot. Image is he flopped. Oh,
Check, the top before the storm, maybe.
That's like going to Vegas. You just, I don't want to do anything before.
Oh, the 8 high straight gets there.
Oh, they got an excursion? No, I'm good.
MH with the 8 high straight, Chris with the nut
You're not going to
spades.
the nude beach?
really no money in the pot. I would make this an over bet here.
Go on that one solo.
And if we got a group to go, that would be
MH will go
30.
30 and no check raise. Well,
I don't know.
a lot of straights possible.
Insert ad. Insert ad.
9 on the end, so the straight gets straighter.
What do you think, Lottie?
He's got a better straight now to the 9.
And Chris with just a
They
pair of
probably don't want
sixes.
anybody to
He's
go
got to make this look like a bluff here.
Although I went over there the
And
other
he does.
day
He goes over pot, although the pots are kind of small still.
This is not November.
Chris doesn't beat much. He beats a bluff. He beats a flush draw, but he has the flush draw. So
Somebody said there's a big pile of dirt in the middle of the floor.
he doesn't, yeah.
Oh, bro, it's
He just gets away from this.
construction site bluff. No finishes.
Oh, he's going to do option C.
Raise.
Yeah, but I mean, it's been in progress.
And
Oh,
he
he got snap.
snapped.
He got snap call so fast we didn't even get to MH. I like the heart.
Yeah.
We've
Yeah,
seen
the problem is like you're not blocking any straights. That's really the like if you want to find fault with the bluff, that's the one thing I would say. Like you don't like if I had 7-6 if I were Chris, I'd like it better because then you're blocking 8-7.
well, doesn't yeah.
Suspects are here. Doug's a Thursday.
Yeah. With the 6, you're not really blocking too many hands that have an 8 or a 3 in them.
Yeah. He's a
I think he could have gotten away from that for sure.
And the Fisher, I'm not actually sure where Chris is from, but the player to his left is apparently from I think it was the Rochester area. He'd said.
I don't know if Chris is from Buffalo. I know he's a Buffalo Bills
He
fan.
is a Buffalo Bills fan. I can't believe they won that game last night. I mean, they owe a serious thanks to the Giants for bungling the end of the first half.
5-4.
I'm surprised they didn't lose. All the top teams lost yesterday. After my game, I couldn't watch football anymore.
Yeah, I feel like
I didn't even watch it.
I feel like Buffalo's been playing down to their opponents.
They lost to Jacksonville. I mean, Jacksonville
And they
is
lost
up
to
and
the
coming.
Jets.
Yeah. Well, I can't talk about that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think when all is said and done, the Jets are going to win 8, maybe 9 games.
I heard a rumor they're trading for a quarterback.
I don't think that's
Kirk Cousins?
Cousins
Is he? Does he improve the team? Does he?
Cousins says he's not waiving.
Oh, the no trade clause. Yeah. Well,
But that would be an intriguing rental. That would
It's
be a
expensive.
rental with his contract here.
40-something million.
I'd certainly
All right.
said I've never been there.
So Johnny, seat 1, MH, seat 2. We got Kevin, who's been on the stream a ton. Really good player. I've been playing a couple of tournaments with him. Optimize, Barber. We've got Biddy. I'm not. He looks like Chris. He looks like Travis Kelce. I thought it was Travis Kelce.
That's not. That's our friends from upstate New York.
7 check.
Uncle
So,
Uncle
fun
T.
here.
8 bet.
It's Johnny with the nut flush draw this time around. Gets Uncle T's top pair.
1 call, 7 fold. Heads up.
Johnny
And he's
was.
just getting out of there as he should. Nine of spades is pretty much a dud, except Queen Jack does get there.
Yeah, it would have been open-ended on the flops. I mean, it does make sense. I don't think, again, for me, I don't think Johnny can just call here. I'd like to see a raise. See if he can get some fold equity out
110,
of
it
it.
was a half pot bet. He's getting reasonable odds. And if he thinks he has any implied odds when he gets there, which he does not here, 7 on the end will seal it for Uncle T.
Uncle T could check, yeah, and probably induce a bet here from Johnny. Knowing that the diamonds missed,
Yeah, top pair, lousy kicker here.
I think you just call whatever. But Johnny already bluffed once. There he goes.
Check, check.
Good he didn't bluff. Nice little pot there for Tom. Sorry, Uncle T.
He's got the little thing in front of him, just to remind everyone of who he is. And
We're gonna have to start. We're gonna.
Where are these coming from?
I don't know, but we're gonna have to go to like a what do you call those? Trophy place, like a trophy place. Oh no,
Or I find
I can make one.
Somebody with a 3D.
I have a 3D printer.
5-10.
Okay. Okay.
Tom is
Optimize is another one who has one of those, so that makes sense. No.
I have an old 3D printer.
Yeah. I've never gotten my hands on one of those. I've never considered one of those. I'm just not even sure what I would make with one of those. I've heard from silly things like a reminder of my name, apparently.
You can make anything.
Like Optimize to see his
That waxes
his name there.
All right, so Kevin with the suited Broadways going up against Optimize. Everybody's suited. And Uncle T with a
35.
less superior.
Could squeeze, could defend, closing the action. He's gonna not closing the action rather because there was a straddle. Johnny with the suited connector closing the action is gonna.
That's a squeeze opportunity
He's
there.
got great odds though.
Yeah,
I don't blame him for. just
Everybody's
going
sharing
there.
cards above him. There's a king right in the window.
And
Oh!
there's for our action closer, Johnny.
Uncle T is like, bink, jackpot. And
Checks all the way to Optimize, who checks back.
we'll be seeing money. That doesn't
Deuce
help
on the
anybody. We're going to
turn.
see money get in here now.
Uncle T gonna bet with that top pair. Johnny gonna live dangerously. He's gonna make the call. Any diamond draws are gonna have a great price now.
Yeah, I'd like to see Johnny make some sort of raise there.
3 call.
We do see Kevin with the same hand here. And they share each other's kings, so yeah, there it goes.
And the
diamonds get there.
Nobody
That's an
has
action killer.
diamonds. Johnny now wishing he would have raised, and
Showdown, please.
everyone checks. The trips will be
There's
good.
3 8s.
Nice hand.
Kevin disappointed that the king was not on.
Well, Kevin should be thankful that it was a diamond on the river, because that would have been a value bet there from Johnny, and they would have
Tennis
paid it
player
off.
breaking the racket.
I know,
Jeez.
wow.
Yeah, that river saved him some money.
Did you have? You didn't have BB.
We do have a seat open here, it looks like. I know we have a full list.
You were happy
did.
to, so I knew it.
Anybody's in the area and wants to partake in some 2-5, 2K buy-in, match the stack.
Yeah, come on down to TCH Austin.
November 11th. Live 10.
I hear the quads of the day got hit today.
I heard, yeah, earlier.
It was threes today, and it hit. And congratulations to whoever hit that. Jackpot will start again tomorrow. Quad 4s for $200. It'll grow every day until it's hit. And new twist this month: if you get those quads in PLO in your hands, you'll hit the jackpot. If you're in a bomb pot and it's 4s, and you get to 4 4s, you win.
That is correct.
We got a few takers here. Barbara opening the action.
1 call.
And gonna go 5 ways.
Run it twice.
Seven, 6, 6 clubs. Barbara with the clubs drawn. Nobody with trips this time around. Nobody else really with anything.
Yeah, a lot of players sharing each other's cards
Live bet
here.
150.
So that's the board that was probably expected.
Barbara
Biddy
goes
is
to
still
150,
ahead here.
and that'll just end it.
Nice play. He did have the clubs.
Well, the deuces will never really feel ahead on a paired board just because you know one ends up with 3 pair.
Where you get counterfeited.
Exactly. You make, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, that's
You
what,
make-
yeah, that's what
You
you're
make
saying.
3 pair, you lose to any 8.
Yeah.
Imagine the turn to 7. 8 high, get wrecked.
You're probably playing that river card too. We are.
Yeah.
Live 20.
That too. That's
average
also a
bet.
problem. I was in Spring a couple weeks ago, and I ended up running a value bluff. I had king queen, and I had overs and I got her, and
7
the board
raised,
paired, and it all
55
missed.
total.
I somehow got called by worse.
8
Queen
call.
jacks?
I
Something
don't
like
know.
that.
He didn't show.
He didn't show.
Yeah, those paired boards though, like that'll like I'm thinking he probably had a king with a kicker that didn't play.
Yeah, somebody called me. It was a run out. It was king, king, queen, queen.
80 total.
Speaking of
And-
kings and queens, MH has a king and a queen, and he's going to squeeze, and it'll probably work.
7
Makes it
gold.
280. 5s don't have the price to set mine, so Biddy gets out of there. Very reasonable fold. Uncle T gets out of there. You were saying about like
Oh, yeah. So it was. I can't remember when the board paired again, but it was king, king, queen, queen. I had ace 9, and I bet I get called by jacks.
Kind of a mystery why it's not.
yeah.
Yeah.
And but he thought he won. It
It's mainly
Yeah.
was a big deal. It was a big deal out there. They're like
Yeah, he
trying to
didn't,
explain it.
he didn't know how many pairs he had.
Yeah, he didn't. I mean, I let the
3 is usually too
You
many.
don't really expect to win.
or in my case,
I'm surprised, like all the stupidity you see get called in mixed games, especially here in Texas. I'm surprised nobody's come up with a game where 3 pair is a thing.
Flop that you
Like you play 5 cards unless you have 3 pair, then you get to play 6 cards.
exactly.
I don't know where 3 pair would slot in either.
last night they had the 1530.
The 1530-08, I heard about that.
They had 2 tables.
If I had heard about that, I might have shown up. But yeah, it sounds like they're going to try and do that every other week. It was 1530 limit, Omaha 8 or better. And nice to see that. We get Noah Mitsusko in here on Wednesdays pretty
I
often.
think Kevin always has the same
This Sunday we actually have a Noah Mitsusko
consistent.
right here at TCH Austin.
I'm gonna play that. I don't know how to play, but I've been
Don't
doing.
make royals.
Don't
Make
wrong.
bad hands.
Well, I'm gonna watch some. I'm gonna do some studying right before.
Probably a little bit of content online somewhere. Like you could probably find some video from like the WSOP.
Oh, there's tons. Yeah, for every game out there.
Uh,
Vincent
yeah.
says, "How are we doing tonight? We're doing great.
Hope you're doing well as well, Vincent.
I am
Glad to
going
have you here.
to Philadelphia. No, did I tell you that? I'm going to Philadelphia November 5th.
I did
Watch
not know
the
that.
Cowboys play the Eagles.
That's a big game.
So that's my next.
And Kevin makes us straight here. You have the best hands anyway.
Yeah, he's not going to get much here. There's no money in the pot we keep talking about, so he should probably. Did he get checked to him, or?
Kevin's first to act.
I would just check this, but he's not. He's hoping his opponent has an ace.
And not this time. Yeah, the Eagle Cowboy games are usually pretty good games, and they're both decent teams this year.
Well, and I'm going to the one in Dallas. That should be interesting wearing an Eagles jersey in Dallas. I want to see how that. I know there's a visitor side, but
yeah, I don't know, and I don't know the reputation of Cowboy fans. Like there are certain towns where if you wear the wrong jersey, they get stampede.
Oakland.
Oakland's in particular. No offense, Oakland.
I no
Oakland,
offense.
you get
Yeah, no
stampede.
offense. But where it's located at, right off BART, their Bay Area Rapid Transport, so their subway. It's yeah. It's not that good. There's a game. Oh, Johnny with the ace king, and he's got the same suit as Uncle T, so this could be fun. Although
I shouldn't talk about clothes that Gal City and Kevin City.
I think Uncle T.
Barber also with ace king.
Fireworks. This
Premiums
is
all around.
This is going to let Uncle T off the hook. He doesn't feel like he has to call 45, because this is going to be a raise
And
here.
he's certainly not going to be calling whatever this 3-bet is.
Is that the same lady that called it? Called it
Mooney or Mooney or
185.
And he bumps it to 185.
In her defense, though, you did call it a topless dress.
I didn't call it a top. I said a topless dress because we were talking about like cocktail
Gets off
dress.
the
She goes, "Well, I don't drink," and I said, "Fine, a topless
And
dress."
It was like an
Like,
official.
okay.
Got to
in
re-raise this.
position,
Yeah.
I
thought I
could see
said
Barber
topless.
calling in
I was like,
position.
no.
Everyone thought
4-bet is
Topless
also
dress doesn't
perfectly fine as well. He is going to go the more
Yeah,
passive
I know.
route.
And I was like,
I like the
Chase that here.
being suited. I would love to see a raise here. Obviously, Barber loves his hand.
All players with just
like, oh,
overs,
my
Johnny
girlfriend's
with
not
backdoor diamonds.
Right.
Deep 3-2s shouldn't really hit either of them.
one
it was
shot.
never mentioned, so
Barber checks,
still-
Johnny checks.
By then, and then
All
I
right,
called her out
Johnny
and
now
just like,
free rolling here as they both turn a gut shot. Johnny though
Doug
turning
did
the
the same
diamond
thing.
draw.
She's hilarious.
Yeah, we're going to see a bet from Johnny.
Wow.
Unless Barber goes the delayed
Doug
seat bet
Weiss
wrap.
just texted me. I see you're wearing a new hoodie. I'm glad you
doesn't.
can finally
Checks.
afford one.
That was Doug.
Johnny free rolling Barber.
Oh, action.
take a king.
Action card. I mean, it's going to be a chop, but it's going to be fun watching what sizing everybody chooses, because they both have the nuts, given the fact what the action was on previous streets.
Yeah.
No one bet anything, so
175 from Barber.
I know he's struggling
and
financially right now.
here comes the raise.
I just we want to make sure that he doesn't play stakes he's not comfortable with, he's scared of.
The one thing about raising though is that it would suck if
We
you got
wouldn't
3
want
bets
Doug to
and you're holding one pair.
lose money.
Yeah, like what?
Does that just make the call?
Yeah.
Choppity
Well,
chop
that
chop.
transition operation is really expensive.
Right. Yeah. Ever since he
So we'll get these chips chopped up and chips over
I can't wait for him to be
Johnny and Barber.
she,
Yeah,
her.
so
It's not
I don't get to play the
the
2s
female
tournament this
version?
week. I'm going to be at the F1 race this week.
Oh,
Otherwise, to be playing 2s. So I'm going to be down at the racetrack that
or
enjoys some
Debbie,
racing.
Debbie.
it's so funny because I don't enjoy racing, but my wife does,
Yeah.
and her brother's really big at that too. So he comes to Austin with some of those races. And she goes and watches.
Yeah.
The real question is the over-under on the traffic jam getting out of there after the race.
I had
could
to
take a
drive.
while.
I had to drive through. Yeah, I guess there's the concert series that was here last year. I had to drive through that traffic.
Live 10, big blind.
Yeah, it's not great. I think they widened one of the roads, but it's still not great. That's where I like Fort Worth a little bit better. The Texas Motor Speedway up in Fort Worth, they're off a major highway, and they're right next to 35. And
Have you been to California for any of this, like Sonoma?
I've been to Sonoma once, I've been to Fontana once, and now they're reaching to Fontana. But I've been to Fontana as well.
I've been to Sonoma.
The Sonoma's nice.
Too hot. When I went.
In June, they're actually moving it off of June, I think. I don't know for sure, but yeah, late June can get hot.
Barber's just going to flop middle pair here against MH. Everybody's choosing the passive approach here a little bit. And now MH picks up a little bit more equity with the gutter here. Barber with the same gutter, but he has a pair.
Barber's getting the job done without even having to see what the free roll is going to be this time. A much bigger free roll in this case. Just a few outs to chop, otherwise they're winning with that pair of tens.
Come on.
5, 10.
I thought we had there was another player that was supposed to play. He's actually on the table right now.
Yeah, I don't know.
Weekend? You know.
Yeah. They don't tell me these lineups ahead of time, so
Oh.
I have to believe you.
Like increased his size or something.
That would have been funny.
Over time. 'Cause
He
I'm
would
like,
look a little
bigger.
yeah, I'm one of the early
So that's our
Optimize the King.
How do we see Ace King versus Kings twice now? Ace King, we've seen it 5 times.
Twice in 13 hands.
So-
we have this matchup.
That may be
Did he just limp? No, he raised. Okay.
No, he made
I
it 30.
thought-
Optimize makes it
and
90,
Barber with the pair in between again.
and he's probably going to cold call, and then he's probably going to regret it. No, he's going to fold. Good job.
7 fold. It is 90.
7-5 suited. So sad when you have to fold that pre. Such a fun hand. Uncle T just flat a year out of position.
Yeah.
Heads up we go. The ace shows up again. Uncle
Oh,
T
look how
with
sad
the
Uncle
pair.
T looks. And Optimize is just gut wrenching here, and he's going
He's going to check it back.
This is where we're going to see Uncle T bet this here.
8 bet 140.
How big does he go here?
I don't think he goes big at all.
It's a pretty dry board.
He knows he's
140, he goes
ahead.
like 3/4.
He knows he's ahead, so Optimize would have bet that flop. Yeah.
And Optimize.
Wow, great laydown. Great laydown by Blake. Optimize. We should get Chase on the table here. Just playing with him.
We've had him on the show in the past. He definitely brings the action.
And he's fun to play with. He's one of the
And he is fun to play
best
with.
guys to play with on the felt there. We should get him in here to do commentary. I tried. Like, a while. That would be fun to
Well,
get.
you know, if somebody doesn't want to sit in the booth, then, you know, nothing we can really do about that. You
I
know?
did try to drag him in, but he's a little stronger than I am.
Live 10.
So, all right, the straddle is in effect.
Two raise 30.
30 from MH. 10-9 offsuit.
Raise 100.
Immediately punished by Kevin.
5 fold.
Sevens, he made it 100.
6 fold. 7 fold. 8 fold.
Kevin goes choosing a big sizing there.
And 10-9 has the fold. 10-9.
I mean, I'd
Has
much
the
rather win the pot now than later. So
If you think MH might be messing around a little bit, you can play that as a 3-bet. And if you don't think you're going to get 4-bet it very often, you can play that as a 3-bet.
yeah, he had position on him. So we are bomb pot.
It's been half an hour already. Hard to believe. Time flies. when you're talking football,
Football,
and New York
yeah.
geography. And
I am more educated now. Thank you, Mr. Lottie. I didn't know where Yonkers was or upstate New York. The only thing I used to know, now I've been to Manhattan a lot now, but it's Manhattan, right?
Yeah.
What I know about New York is from Special Victims Unit Law and Order.
I've never seen one.
What? Oh, that's our favorite show, my wife and I. So,
Bluff draw up top.
24 seasons, I believe.
Yeah, it's been going on for a while. Heart draw on the bottom.
All right.
Ace on both sides.
So 5-6 for a straight. Let's see who has
Biddy with
hearts.
a weak club draw. Johnny with too many kings. Lots of checking. I think we're going straight to the turns here. The ace pairs and jack on the bottom. Don't you hate when they put your flush card on the wrong way?
Yeah.
I think somebody spiked a set there. Kevin spiked a set.
I see jacks. Yeah.
I don't think anybody has the trip aces.
Yeah, I
Nobody
think.
has the case ace.
Yeah, I think Kevin
Johnny
knows he's got
has
the nuts here.
Johnny has the king high heart draw with his jillion kings. It's Kevin potting it. Set of jacks, but really just one way.
Yeah, the kings are actually good on top. It's so less likely someone has an ace, given the fact there's one on the other board. But it's just having a set in your hand and a bomb pot just is a gross feeling.
Johnny making the call. We're going to go heads up to the rivers. Rivers are a queen and a 5 of clubs.
Johnny's not worried about
So,
the king jack as he blocks it all, pretty much.
Aces and kings for Johnny. And
Does that count as a vote?
It does not, unfortunately. In Omaha, you must play exactly 2 of your cards in your hands. So Johnny only gets to play 2 of those kings, and we go check, check. Kevin's set of jacks good for the bottom. I think that was check, check.
It was.
Thank you.
He only had a profit on one turn.
Yeah. If I'm to give some Millimeters tips ahead of your tournament, you're going to win that tournament now. Because you're just stumbling into the game. And that happens. People are like, I don't know how to play this game. And then they win the tournament.
Ace 35.
Straight draws aren't so good.
You
Like
have
if
a
you have a
hand
straight draw, if you have a gut shot, you have way fewer outs.
5 call. I said you have a
And
hand.
that's where I'm more inclined to either snow or fold.
Okay.
Raise
Okay.
one,
I almost know the basics, but not quite.
Yeah. Like if you give me like a bunch of middle cards, like 10 or like between like 10 and 6, you give me like a pair and a gut shot, I'm snowing that all day. Or if you give me 2 pair, yeah, some draws are just not good draws, but they have blockers. And then we bluff.
How's the bluffing in?
500. Don't you feel good
In a
about
tournament.
It happens.
It does.
Yeah, there's definitely bluffs that happen in tournaments, and sometimes they even work.
6
Optimize, have the jacks. Nobody else had anything, so he won the pot free.
Well, I've been playing a lot more tournaments lately, and I've the last 5 tournaments I've won 2 and came in third.
Yeah, you've even knocked me out of a tournament.
PLO.
Yeah, we have the PLO
Yeah.
bounty.
I came in third in that one.
You came in third. Good for you.
Thank
Better than I
you.
do.
I got him to tip $25 one time. Shocked the entire thing.
Through peer pressure.
Yeah. I mean,
Let's see what the tournament
I won't say who, but he
schedule
just
looks like around here. TCH
We
Austin.
did change it here, so
Yeah, it has been tweaked.
to show
So
me. Like,
Mondays we still have the $20 Norman Hilton rebuy starting at 7
25
o'clock
for
pretty
Doug.
soon.
Fold. 7 fold.
Wednesdays
lot.
it's a $60.
wait a minute. We have kings
Yeah.
again, third time against ace queen. Didn't mean to cut you off.
watches
Mr.
it.
Lottie,
Oh, absolutely. We
But
have
Uncle
both
T, this is
happening.
twice now with kings. Oh no, his opponent, he had ace king last time.
2 fold.
So he makes it comfortable.
What are the odds an ace shows up on this flop?
Well, given the history, 100%.
It's nice having
5
fans.
call.
Barber can't
Barber
fold.
choosing to call. 4-bet is also a choice, except maybe if
He was suited, I could
Uncle
see
T
him.
is on the snugger side.
Oh, queen.
Queen in the
Bad.
window. Get him in trouble.
Oh, this is going to be. Oh, and he checks it over, hoping that he had a queen. Barber's gonna
5-bet.
oblige with a little fewer bet. So he probably thinks he's good now.
Eight,
going up against ace
He gets check raised to 150. Uncle T sticks a 1 in front of that. And
5 call.
now Barber, like, okay, I guess I call.
So we
10 on the
don't.
turn shouldn't change much.
Yeah, no flush draw out there, so this could be action.
Check, check.
We're gonna go check.
And now kings and threes for Uncle T. I'm surprised he check raised and then he didn't follow through on the turn.
That would have told a nice little story there that he had a queen.
225 from Uncle T. And you know what? Bet, check, bet feels weird, and he's going to turn over the kings. He gets that second street out of Barber.
I get $5. 220 was that last one.
Yeah. Back to that tournament schedule. So $20 hold'em tonight, 2K guarantee. That's a rebuy. Wednesday it's a $60 hold'em, 2K guarantee, 1K up top.
Oh, that's. I thought you put something.
Friday,
weird out there, that's why you
it's a
said
PLO, $100, 2K guarantee. Saturdays, it is the 120, 2,500 guaranteed. Noman hold'em mega stack.
That's the ones I've been winning. Well,
There
it's
you go.
50,000 chips. It's just so much playability.
Yeah. All the details at TexasCardHouse.com on all of those tournaments. And of course the no
would
on
be
Sunday that I would totally be
He's like
playing if I didn't
defenseless
have
right
plans.
I will be here Sunday,
Do anything
and
but
that will be
text
probably the
away.
first one out.
Defend his honor.
Is it a revive?
It is a re-entry.
Okay.
You can get the first
Re-entry.
one out, the second one out, the third one out,
Oh yeah.
and so
Yeah,
on.
you know, he's either going to show up or he's going to tilt off the
I'm
chair.
reading the rules on my phone.
He might
as I'm
get kicked
playing.
off and signed into his other.
Come on, Doug.
He can't
So he
handle.
can keep on.
Come on, Dougie. We need you up here.
Limps
Get your
pot
bicycle
5
right
ways.
up here.
What can
Come on.
possibly go wrong here?
Come on. You can actually withdraw
Looks like a
cash on a
1-2
credit
game.
card. In case you didn't know.
I know somebody. Has
One check.
Queen 3 deuce. Johnny has a deuce,
4 check.
and nobody has a queen.
8 check.
And Optimize has the most equity.
Yeah,
Optimize turns to gutter with this king,
yes.
which
It's gonna be all
nobody
right,
has a
Dougie.
king
We're
either.
not here with you.
4 check. 8 check.
Everyone checks again.
I am curious as to how
Another
many-
king. This is a case of deuces never loses.
Check. 3 check.
Johnny with the kings and deuces with an ace is going to be good if we get the showdown. Nobody wants to bet, and so
Deuces.
Johnny's going to take it.
Fine.
Fair.
Fine.
It's hard to do.
Yeah, that was
Thank you.
kind of a weird.
Yeah.
We don't see multi-way check
nobody
all
has
the way to
it.
the river. I mean, it's just.
I mean, it's hard to make a pair, apparently.
To the Doug's belongings.
5 players, only one of them made a pair.
You're okay.
We see Major as our leader. He's up 1.4 already, and followed
Johnny's a
by
class act.
Yeah,
Uncle
throw it out
T is
there.
up
You
almost
don't- You
800.
don't know what it's
Well,
for.
it helps.
Early.
It helps when you outflop kings.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that. Tearing a human down.
Jeremy in the
Because
chat
you
is
guys have,
very glad that Dante is back here and not playing the tournament.
That is true.
That is the only
You know what?
masculinity
I
he's
stand
got.
corrected.
Tonight's tournament?
Tonight's tournament, I assume, is
He's
what
got
Jeremy's
it.
talking about.
That's all he's got.
And best of luck if you're playing there, Jeremy.
5.
Jeremy the dealer?
Yeah, I believe that would be Jeremy the dealer.
Yeah, I played with him the last couple of tournaments. He's a lot of fun to play with. I owe him a $50 gift card though. I'm not gonna put out his business, but I bought him and his wife a gift for
One other
Christmas.
particular player that I won't mention on here. So
Yeah, and so I forgot it.
Oh.
And it's already October.
Yeah.
I brought it once and they weren't here, so I was like, I don't even know what a gift card is. But I have to go buy another one. But yeah, so I owe you that, Jeremy. I didn't forget. Did I see someone with 8s? All right.
I did see somebody with 8s. I don't see any 8s on the board, but I always see a queen, a jack, and a 6, which is good news for Chris, who has middle pair. I think everyone's checked. And the 10's going to straighten this board out a little bit. Chris picks up the open ender.
And Optimize as well. He's
Yeah,
open-ended.
so does Optimize.
He's a little bit better.
4 bet. 85.
I guess it really doesn't matter if he hits your first card.
He's going to pounce here. He's going to make it 85.
Yay! Who say it all? fans. They're everywhere.
And Chris has also got a gutter
Yeah, that was
here.
actually, I was telling the
But he
group,
doesn't
that's
wanna
actually
hit
the
it.
first place
One
I've
calls,
ever
it's
been.
optimized who's going to hit his straight. He's
Rode
got
my
the
bike to the
nuts.
stadium because they would hire
I think he's going to have a hard time getting paid here.
Huh?
Yeah, I mean, third pair is not calling. I
Yeah,
wouldn't
well,
think. I mean,
I don't know.
Chris is
They
very, as
did.
we've seen, Chris
I
is
don't
very
think there was as
capable
good laws back
of
in the
bluffing
day.
here.
It's like,
Like if he doesn't make it a big bet.
Does Austin have a...
So hard to somebody have a
yeah, I
king
mean,
here.
we have the,
So Chris could rep a king.
Oh, yeah.
We just know it's not going to work. But he's
140 from optimized.
Every other team only has a city.
Everyone else heads
I've
for
had
the
people
exits.
ask me that. Why do you get? Like,
yeah, I wouldn't
and it
expect
was
if
genius.
Optimized
But they-
spiked
the
an
gold
ace, I don't
45s
expect
were
him
used
to
in
bet
that,
there.
So they were like,
Right. I
kind of-
expect him, I got showdown value, I can call a
I
bet.
think they were trying to
Couldn't
like,
really make a bet,
stake 'em down,
so
because it used to be the California.
for him to lead out,
So there wasn't
pretty strong.
Yeah, when then they were the Anaheim Angels. So they, but yeah, when I was a kid, they were the California.
Motor tactics that in tournaments,
Yeah,
520
the
something.
short stacks are more likely to bluff. Well, the question is, how do you define bluff at that point?
Yeah.
Like, if I'm playing like 7 big blind deep, my
not a
pocket
bluff.
fives become a value hands
20,
if I'm playing hold'em.
7 folds, 8 folds, 1 fold, 2 folds.
Yeah,
What I've seen recently, we have a lot of new players playing poker.
Yeah,
The last, yeah, I've seen last 7 or 8 sessions, like almost all new people at the table, so that's really great to see.
If I see new faces, it's just because I haven't been around much.
Well, haven't played in 5 months. I just now started a
moved
couple
to
weeks
Texas.
ago.
They did terrible for a long time. Then they built a new stadium. It was great.
Plenty of familiar faces
Yeah,
too.
that was a great job. I just was a ticket taker.
We still got to get that old school stream going.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
kept the job for 6 years.
That would be fun.
That would be fun. Chris with bottom pair here hits his
No.
3-outer. Check,
No,
check.
other than getting off in the 7th inning and going to watch the game. But later,
No card
because I was
pairing
at-
will
I
make
worked
you
at
feel a
District
little bit
Clubhouse, my cousin. So I got to meet like Reggie
Especially if
Jackson
someone's got a 10.
and all around before he got to the Rangers, all these famous players from that era. So that was cool, and they were all great. You know, we were feeding them like before they go on the road.
Smile's gonna throw a bluff out there.
That was a great job.
Unlikely to work.
Yeah, he's just going through it. It's tough for him to have a 10 there,
And
and
it is tough for Chris to have a pair. Chris is going to raise with bottom pair. This might be a little excessive here. Makes it 225. Right? The problem is, what's giving you action here?
Yeah.
what's he trying to make fold? I mean, that's
Like that's like if you think Optimize is going to bet fold pocket sevens, sure.
that's the only thing, right? A mid pair, you know, he's not folding an ace.
Yeah, it was cool. I only got beat up once by the way.
And he's going to fold a hand that was
Beat
losing
up by
anyway.
Yeah,
You'd rather hear that yelling. I think we have the Cowboy game on. It's not on yet.
It's
though.
not on yet. I
Yeah.
think they're probably hollering at baseball.
Oh, I did see them, yeah.
Probably happening right
Which
now.
is a sport that I know nothing about or ever
Emphasis on the
watched.
first syllable? Yeah, the Astros are
Hey, it's definitely bigger in some parts of the country than others.
A couple of times. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, and during the year, I mean, I think we were like 10-2 against them during the year.
I think I'm turning into a
No, I
Houston
mean, 2
Texans
and 10.
fan.
Yeah, they
A
owned
Houston
us.
Texans
Big was
fan.
your pocket.
They have
this
fans.
I want you to know,
Well, not when I went to the game last year.
I redetected,
Huh?
but then I punked out.
Well, I like their quarterback. I really like C.J. Stroud in college. I like their coach. He played for the Eagles at one time, Marco Ryan. So,
At 225.
and they look really good, although they lost. I think they lost Sunday, but I went to a Houston game last year when they played the Eagles. There were no Houston fans. They were all Cowboy fans or Eagle fans.
Yeah,
It's
that's
the
what I'm saying.
weirdest. It was the weirdest thing. And I think that stadium had the worst ballpark food I've ever had.
Barbara with ace king again, 4-bet income.
Oh,
Or
ace
not.
queen.
That
No,
is
he's
4-bet.
definitely going to 4-bet
He went
this.
tiny there. Went from 35 to 120 to the
I'm
computer ate it.
confused. I would have just, with Barber's stack, I would have just gone all in here.
It's like 190.
I'm not sure. It says Barber check, but I
Yeah,
don't
that's
think
what I'm
so.
saying. The
I
computer
don't think so.
The computer glitched that hand. But we know he put in the re-raise. And MH appears to have $115 out there.
Yeah.
Has position. He does not have a suit.
So he was,
Makes the call.
Yeah, he does have position on him. I like the call.
It's 200. 200's the number.
it's a weird size.
Heads up we go. And neither player flopping a pair here on Jack 9-7 rainbow. Barber might not feel so great about this.
No, his opponent can have all the jacks here, of course. Could also have all the pairs, like tens.
Check, check. There's the king.
Well, this is actually good news for MH. I guess no more.
Doesn't matter. He has 4 outs instead of 3
Yeah.
now.
Well, it means that he can fold now. He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to worry about.
Like an ace would have been trouble.
An ace would definitely have been trouble. Maybe a 10 could have been a little trouble there. Give him some more equity with the straight draw, although it's a gutter.
If you go up to Arlington forward, you go up to Hayes.
Are you going to play a little after?
I don't know.
You know, they moved to the.
I might, but now I'm just hungry again.
Well, they're the Arlington
Yeah.
Cowboys now. So they like
That's also a reasonable way to go.
my grandma's house to build that stadium. Supposedly there's some old lady that had some little $75,000 pyramid house, and she got like $700,000.
I had some dinner before
know
I got
that
here
already?
myself.
Yeah, I didn't. I was playing, and then
Yeah, they're the
I felt okay. I was like, I'm not hungry. I'm just going to go play.
Yeah.
Like,
I've learned to just make sure I eat before I get in here for 4 hours.
Yeah.
I did have an applesauce.
Especially with
Okay.
So
We got
there you go.
something.
There you an energy drink galore.
Giants are the. New York
All right,
Giants
we're
are
3 ways to a flop. Oh, you're in Houston. I wasn't being
used to be that way.
I really do like the Texans.
Kevin flopped a boat. Nobody else flopped anything.
Just flops it here.
Right?
And of course, I'm being sarcastic nonstop when I'm suggesting that certain teams don't have fans.
Yeah. I'm from Rochester.
Nice.
It's all
Yeah.
Like, well, the Chargers don't have fans. It seems like.
My dad went.
Yeah. I mean, do any LA teams have fans when they're not winning?
Well, they keep leaving and coming back, and it's just or they go.
Pick a city.
I mean, the Raiders were there. Were the Raiders there twice or just once?
Raiders were in LA once.
Once, okay. And then, of course,
They
the
were maybe
Rams
two
were the
cities.
St. Louis Rams when they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah. And they moved back to LA, which is where they came from before St. Louis.
Just too much to do in LA for a football team. I mean, there's every sports, multiple teams.
Like, they only care about the Lakers when they're good.
Yeah, you said they're like it's marginal.
They only care about the Dodgers when they're good.
Really, Anaheim Ducks is LA. Let's be real.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and when's
So
the
in
last time
hockey-
anybody's cared about,
Yeah,
about
I mean,
Anaheim?
And then the Angels, that's LA.
And I went to.
It's more, what, Anaheim? Isn't Anaheim?
The
Yeah.
Angels, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
Aces for Johnny.
See if
Picking up
anybody
some hands
can play
here.
with him. Kevin's got a suited gapper.
He made it kind of a small raise for 2-5, hoping someone would come over the top.
Chris with King Queen
This
has
is
that
the-
possibility to rebet.
Yeah, he's going.
And he will rebet. He'll make it 150.
That Med Center.
Interesting to see Johnny's sizing here. Definitely gonna have to raise because you don't want to go this multi-way. So he could go 400, 450. Doesn't need to go too big. This is red flags all over the place for Chris here.
You don't want to get 4-bet when you have King Queen offsuit out of position.
Yeah, what's Johnny really doing this with? Aces or kings or queens?
Suited, you can consider. Offsuit, you could.
Oh,
either
and it's
fold,
such a
or if
small.
you're feeling gutsy, you could 5-bet. You could 5-bet bluff because, hey, we block kings and queens. He's going to call.
Yeah, because the bet was the raise was so small.
The problem is with king queen, you
Top
often
pair.
ends up with a dominated top pair.
I like that.
Like that?
Speak of the devil.
Like that? Is that?
Like that. Like
You
that.
can't even feel comfortable, right? Because ace queen could have made that raise too. Ace queen suited, something like
Absolutely. And you don't even have a heart in your hand. Johnny does have the backdoor hearts, and he does have the best hands.
Bet 200.
Goes not even 2/3. Goes 200, and you didn't flop top pair to fold it.
that. No, I mean he's
Are we
definitely.
going to check raise it? I hope not.
Well, Chris has been the master of check raising.
6 calls.
Not this time.
Maybe he's up against ace king or something like that.
4 of diamonds, no help at all.
6 check.
And you can't even put him on ace king because you've got a king. You
You do block some of that. What I've noticed about Johnny though, he bets really fast, right? So
Johnny goes for the remaining 625, and that's half pot. If that number's right, that's like half pot. And we certainly can't fold top pair to half pot, can we? And he flicks it in, and Chris is going to need a king or a queen. Otherwise, Johnny will double. Deuce of clubs is as bricky as it gets. Looks like that number is about right, and Johnny going to double up at the expense of Chris.
yeah,
Nice hand.
because I think Chris just snapped all in there.
Yeah, like I said, we're not folding top pair. We're just not.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
The decision point was pre-flop. Once you get to the flop, this was always going to be the outcome.
Chris is off to a rough start so far.
Yeah, I grew up in Houston as well. I actually went to Bel Air High School and the Woodlands College High School.
I think you can fold king queen there.
Pre-flop,
A lot of
I'm
times.
Oh, that's like
Especially out of position. That's the big one,
Yes.
right?
growing up in Cedar
even in position, I don't love the offsuit variety so much.
Cypress.
That's really where, like, I probably fold once in a blue moon. I'm gonna bluff it,
Yeah, I just
Red
but
Sox fan, it kind of
yeah,
makes
it's,
a big poppy next to Jeter there.
there's just not a lot of. It
They
doesn't
should be,
flop
they
as
should be
well
fighting right now.
as far as things where you're gonna have a lot of equity.
3 fold.
Optimize is going with the string bet. Oh, aces again!
Did you say there was
It's Barber's turn now. He's going to raise it up, and he's one of the
Yeah,
snuggier
yeah, no,
players
that's
at
a
the
call.
table. So,
He like
So
threw a
definitely be
green
red
chip
flag
and then he
for
just threw 10
optimize.
out on top.
so I look for him to make it like
Yeah,
150.
no, it is not. That is
Probably
a
a little bit
call,
bigger.
Tour call. It was
You've
a
seen him make
string.
bigger raises
Doug,
with
I
the
called
premiums here. But it
Optimize
doesn't look
just-
like. Oh, it goes. See what I mean? He goes smaller.
And Optimize will have a price to set mine.
Now that's Biddy might be even. Oh, he's not. Has Biddy played a hand?
Maybe one. He hasn't had a lot of cards yet.
Yeah, the sizing was too small. He was. I know what he was trying to do. He was trying to get someone to re-raise him.
King, Jack.
Not the card. That's not the flop Barber wanted to see.
Check.
If Optimize had a king there, he would have checked. Now, I think on the turn, if he had a king, he would have bet that for sure.
We can bet here. We would have heard from him for a king.
Yeah, yeah. So we go check again.
Four check. 5 bet 100.
Barber finally goes for a bet into the $100.
I think it's like King Jack or better. Monster.
King Jack or better is what Optimize
Jack
says.
would have been better. That's a good hand.
I put you on top vote or better, sir.
Good guess.
I'd like him to explain what the better would be.
Well, I mean,
Oh, pocket king.
for
Oh, yeah, you're right.
quads.
You're right.
Monster.
You're right.
Good hand.
I put you on quad, sir.
That's quite the read.
Someone said that to me, and I just had.
Ace high would
Yeah,
have
No,
like,
you would check.
ooh, man, you're right on.
Man respect.
No, come on. No.
good guess.
Again, the straddle is on. An H here. Kevin, under the gun. You never like to see a little pocket pair under the gun.
3 call.
What did you say?
And that's why he's just going to limp there and Optimize has one of his threes there. Barber with the suited wheel here. Should raise this up a little bit.
Just play this hand.
You saw my size on the
He's,
corporate 3X.
he's probably going to raise.
With that betting action.
He's definitely going to raise, and he's added on here. We see him having $1,500 in chips, although he's not allowed to add that on this hand. So he has to wait one hand. If you guys were wondering, it's because I think he saw his cards.
8
then can't add on. So he's going to raise it. We're seeing a lot of smaller raising here. This game.
65 is fine.
Did she everything?
He ruled it.
Oh, I thought someone. I thought Barbara raised it.
No,
He just slipped.
She gave
Oh,
the
okay. I was like,
$10
that's a
and
really
he
small.
put it
Chip out and didn't announce raise or anything,
threes
and
don't
then
even
just put
decide to
$10
set
on
mine
top
here.
of his 25, and I was like,
If
It
you're not
is.
going to call here, you should have just folded $10 ago.
Yeah, he made it reasonable, right? Unless he thinks Barbara's going to call raise,
Like you're going
limp
to get
raise.
limp re-raise.
That's never happening.
because it's you. I wouldn't expect you
I did
to
fold 2 pairs.
buy a call.
Barbara going to make the call. He is dominated.
I had 2 pairs as well.
Needs a 4 or a heart or a bunch of wheel cards. And gets 2 hearts. Heart draw.
I mean, that's
is
a pretty
still
good
ahead.
flop for him, right? I mean,
6 check.
Check. To the turn we go. Double paired board.
it's a chop now.
And, well, Barbara's actually, Barbara's got the hearts that are still wide.
Yeah,
The
he does
queen
have
will win it
those.
for Chris,
6 fold.
as long as it's not a heart. Or Chris will just fold to Barbara's bet here, not wanting to face a river bet.
I'm starting to enjoy
Certainly
the
Barbara could have any of the votes.
Yeah, and there was, again,
Yeah.
we talk about the size of the pot. There was really nothing
I'm like that with Doug whenever
in
I
that.
I'm just sitting there going. Like, relax your face.
Live
I don't know
10.
why. I guess because he just sits there making that little frown thing he does. It's like a spastic frown. It makes me want to laugh.
Can I do that?
Yes. Live 20, double strap. Yeah, as long as you guys get out there
I never
around the
know what's
last
gonna happen when I
card,
put my
hitting the
chips in.
table, 5 fold.
All right. Chris has waked up with some premiums here.
I think the 20's on this hand.
have a hard time poker if you don't.
Six
You're like, I don't know what
raise,
happens when I
8.
throw my chips out.
Yeah.
Sometimes more come back.
And Diddy continues to be card dead here.
Sorry, my dad.
Yeah, nothing to do with the 9 deuce, unfortunately. Uncle T has Chris pips, and he is making the call. Let's see, then we'll go to the flop. Heads up.
Watch out for my paws.
Yeah. Those are your.
Nice roll, Frank. 82. I don't even have enough to gamble yet. 6, 7, 8. So
Chris with the gutter.
backdoor flush as well.
Has the betting lead. He'll continue.
8 fold.
T's got overs, so he'll float once.
Did he bink
And
it?
there it is. He not only binked it, he has backup. He
To
has
the
diamonds.
redraw.
Okay.
And now Uncle T also improves, right? I mean, he gets
Uncle
a
T with the
10.
gutter. We check again. And the Queen of Hearts will offer no further improvement for anyone. Chris is going to...
Just hoping his opponent caught that queen at the end, but
Uncle T going to click it. Makes it 375. Music to Chris's ears. Makes the call.
yeah, I like the fact that Chris didn't raise because
Then he just got called by Jack 10.
you just get called by something better. So
You get called by exactly Jack 10.
yeah, and so Chris is going to pick up a nice little win here. So good for him. Lost a couple of big hands there.
Uncle T tried to tell a story, but Chris had the hands he was representing. In all fairness, though, Chris did have a busted diamond draw.
Yeah, you could definitely
It just
play on
happened to have
that.
a 10.
He just happened to be with the 10.
One raise, 35 total.
Hey, Derek. Put on the football game.
Raise, 150.
We see a raise here.
We do.
MH raising that small blind.
Seen a few pot. We've seen eights a few times here so far. It's stream and Kevin's. It's his turn.
Maybe Dove is coming.
He's just gonna watch it.
Kevin making the call with Red Snowman.
I don't know. I've heard a lot
You'd
about
think,
it.
maybe
go.
not for the reason you want.
Somebody you wanted to say about?
Neither player going to be too impressed with this flop. These three deuce.
This is tough for MH here. I mean, he could certainly rep the ace with the C-bet
Yeah,
here.
he was the three better. He can certainly have an ace. And that is the scary over if you're Kevin with the pocket eights. Depends on what MH's three betting range looks like, button versus small blinds. Small blind should be three betting a lot of its range that it's going to play against the button. Hey, look, another over.
Another
That's what
over,
Kevin
plus
wanted.
MH is going to pick up a little bit of equity here. So he's in better shape than he probably thinks he is. Any queen, jack, or now 10 would give him the win here.
He is beating some heart draws, too.
He is.
Nut no pair is going to beat a heart draw.
Kevin could certainly have
25.
9, 10 of hearts, something like that. And if he has something like that, then this bet should work.
Well done
Good
by
play.
MH.
Good play by MH.
Bomb pot. Annie, thank you.
It's time for a bomb pot.
23,
20.
28.
I think I'm that slow.
Hey, no Yanni.
Gotta give you some credit.
Sorry, I got a case on the Mondays.
Bomb pot, Chris?
All right, to the flops we go.
It's kind of boring. See if someone's got 7, 9.
Queen six deuce, couple of hearts. A six would be handy to have. How about a set of deuces for Kevin? Barbara with the overpair with the kings. Queens and sixes for Chris on the bottom makes it 70.
4 hearts
Also
for
has
Johnny.
jacks and sixes for Chris. Johnny with way too many hearts.
Does
And
have
pair
top
both
pair
sides.
on both boards.
MH with the middle set on the top board. He's made the call. Like, that's a pretty one-way holding now. Believe it or not, I often just fold that hand. Kevin, ace 9 deuce deuce has that set of deuces we talked about.
Johnny also has a gut shot on the top, so he's got something here.
Barber calls as well. The 7 will complete that bottom end of the straight for Barber. I don't know if he has the winner, though. I think for now he has the winner. Then the 5 does not straighten anybody. Johnny's still ahead there. Barber also has a 5 to go with his pair of kings on the bottom.
I will bet the pot.
430.
Barber potting it to 430.
430?
He probably sees the clubs out there.
Two pair.
Tom was it?
10-9 got there on the top. Chris just lets it go. So does Johnny. So does MH. And so do those deuces. And Barber takes it with what is one of the lighter holdings.
Yeah, especially going multi-way like that.
The bravery pays off. Go back to hold them.
Six raise, 35 total.
Chris has got a pretty looking hand here. He's 10-9 suited against Biddy now. This is his first hand
He's got a hand.
in an hour and 20 minutes.
Welcome to the game, Biddy.
And he's got a monster. This is everybody's red flags. Everybody's full. I think Chris will call, obviously. But I've never seen people fold so fast.
To be clear, I'm the New York Knit around here. That's me. That's my job.
Let's take a
That's my
look at
title.
his VPIP here now that it's not 0. Queen right in the window.
9-3, 2 clubs, nobody with clubs.
Oh, and Chris also hits a pair. He bets small, very small. 1/5, 1/4.
Something in that neighborhood. Chris, happy to make the call with the pair. Ace is up for Biddy.
Biddy knows he's got to be. Biddy knows he's got to be way ahead. I wouldn't mind seeing the check here.
We don't want to give a free river to a club.
Yeah, that's
Jack
true.
10.
But if he bets, it's almost certainly he doesn't get a call.
Unless
See.
he's against the draw.
See, yeah, let's see. He folded like.
Thank you.
I'm more of a
Would you like your name on the stream to be?
trappy player than much.
Sean. S-E-A-N.
How you doing, Sean?
We have a player
Seat
joining
9.
us in
And
seat
how much are
9.
you coming in for?
Sounds like his name is Sean. That's what I heard on the audio at least.
Well, I know a few Sean's here, but let's see if that's.
Is this the Sean-O that we know? There's a Sean-O who's a regular around the Austin poker scene
Live 20, double
and
shot.
has dealt at some other clubs in the past. I don't believe he's ever worked with this one, but
Yeah, and then that's where you always stand.
yeah, that's a familiar face.
I've seen him
Yeah,
9 fold,
lots of times.
1 fold,
yeah,
2 raise.
he's a very capable player. Good to see him on the show.
He's got MH with pocket 10s. Optimize.
4 call.
Not wearing an Adidas outfit today.
Well, if this doesn't go well, this is why. It's because
Yeah,
of
it's his
apparel.
wardrobe choices.
You know what? I think the endorsement deal expired. I think that's
Yeah,
what
I think he's in negotiations with Reebok at the moment.
happened. Yeah.
And Biddy's going to also make this multi-way here. I like it. He's got the 10-8 suited, which can play very well.
He's not going to be looking to
Not
make
this
a pair
time.
here. And he's not going to make a pair. He's not going to make much of anything. Tens are ahead on a board that has a jillion overcards. Everyone checks. Queen pairs.
Optimize is just hoping to get the showdown. He's got some showdown value
I think
here.
everyone just wants to get the showdown here.
Another
In case this
card.
board couldn't get any trashier. we
The
found
flush
a
got
way.
there. The straight got there. The boat was there. The ace.
Everyone checks, and we go to showdown, and somehow a pair of tens is good here.
All right.
Live 10.
I am going to get a little snack to eat.
I'm all right, thank you. Still good for dinner.
Please scan your hand?
Get these cards scanned real quick. Uncle T bumping it up right away with the king 3. Sean getting in there. Welcome to the game. 9-7 suited.
5 fold, 6 fold.
Ace Jack for Biddy just calls.
Players.
Perhaps a bit concerned about the under the gun open and call. Little does he know he has the best hands. And look at Jack and a lot of hearts.
7 check.
And Biddy with the whole world in his hands here. He's got top pair, top kicker, and he's got the nut heart draw.
9 check.
And nobody else has anything, so they all check. This deuce will give Uncle T the gutter.
7 bet 35. 8 fold.
35 from Biddy. And he had a little bit too much of that board as everyone goes away. Look at these weave hips.
5
Biddy's at 21%.
Sometimes it,
Hasn't been that quiet for him.
I don't know if you can see it.
Everybody above that 15% Lottie line, as decided by you, the chat pros.
Nine fold, 1 fold, 2 fold. 3 raise, 35, 4 fold. 5 raise. 1
Barbara
fold.
with the 3 bettable hands
6
here.
fold,
The ace
7
jack
fold, 8 fold.
coming over the top of Kevin's open.
Did I see Biddy fold queen jack suited?
3 fold.
He
Heads
folded
up.
something that had a jack. I didn't catch the other card.
Queen jack, I just didn't know if it was suited.
And it was the right fold against the raise and a 3 bet. 10-5-3.
3 check.
Ace jack still the better
5
of these
check.
holdings. Check, check. Here's the diamonds.
Got a little snack here. I think it's been on the shelf for a while.
5 check.
Check, check again. 9 on the end. Nobody's that interested in winning this pot here. Nobody's betting.
Check.
Kevin's going to check again. Check, check. Ace jack's going to be good. Somebody bluff. This is poker. You're supposed to bluff sometimes.
I never bluff.
Dante never bluffs. Even when he bets the worst hand, he knows it's coming. He's going to get there.
Live
And
tag.
that's some good insight. Optimize is taking a little break here. Hopefully he has aces. Johnny, pocket fives, another hand we've seen a lot of.
1 raise, 35, 2 fold, 3 fold. You have a hand if you want it? 35
That's why he's going to get back right in time to see an 8 and a deuce.
4 fold.
And he's going to go back to enjoying his beverage.
5 fold.
Think he's doing a broth bomb?
6 raise,
I doubt it.
25, 7 fold.
I tried one of those years ago.
Yeah, I don't drink, and I'm glad I don't drink.
9
Like,
fold.
in case I ever have the thought, I remember that a broth bomb's a thing, I say no
1
thanks.
call, 3 players.
Yeah, this was a long time. I don't drink either. But
Another throwback to the early days of this show. Jack 6-4, I believe that's top pair for Sean.
9 check, 1 check.
I like Sean's check there, trying to induce someone to bet. He probably knows he's dominating here. Everybody, so now we're going to probably see him bet
Yeah.
his top pair, top kicker. But
Yeah,
Johnny picks up
Johnny and Chris both
a
have
gut shot,
here.
right? Oh, I do. Yeah, Chris also. But he's not going to. He's
But
less
it's
likely.
they're just gut shots, though.
6 fold.
And so
For a moment, I thought I was up and down, but
But there's definitely a lot of rivers that become problematic on that turn.
What do you want to do, game?
And
Yeah, like used to around here.
take it.
I am eating a snack for those in the chat, so let me know if it's a little too.
Yeah, and if you stacked them,
I'm
you
trying
got
to
their Pokemon,
hide it, but I'm starving. So.
and then
Oh, cool.
you know you were trying to catch the goal kind of deal.
Yeah.
And you know, if you played, you had to have at least one of your Pokemon out.
Live 10.
That's cool.
It was a good little
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
Is that up for grabs over there?
Yeah, the option.
I don't know. You gotta play with something. You gotta get something out.
Oh,
I didn't bring anything tonight,
Please
but
get your
now that I
heads,
know.
please.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you.
Yeah, the Pokemon.
you got
I
to
don't
check
know,
your points every 10 minutes.
I know, I know.
By the end of the night,
And what do you
We
think
can
the odds
gamble.
are of me having
I got a Pokemon card on
MH
there.
going to
Dude,
gamble
you got an
here. He
Uncle
has
Steve
10s.
3D printed sign, man.
That's at $30, and Kevin is also going to gamble. He has king queen.
his nephew.
Optimize is going to gamble. He has 6s.
4 call.
Oh, he's got something.
Yeah.
Don't think Barbara's going to gamble.
You just have a
And
card on there.
I have a couple in my wallet.
we've seen a lot of small pairs. We've seen a lot of pairs so far.
Would be too
No
crowded
one's
to
hit
play
that
for
set.
that game.
That one got called.
It's coming, right? 1 out of 8, 1 out of 7.
I love the idea though.
So a little 10-6 king action.
Very questionable defense there from the
5
small
players.
You can keep them for a week, you know, on your mantelpiece like a head. You know.
10 in the window. There's a set.
Oh, I thought that was going to be a
Told you it was
6.
coming.
I thought it was a 6.
I told you it was coming. MH with middle set.
Kevin does pick up the nut draw here with the straight.
Nobody else really has very much. Kevin with a gutter. MH making it 50 because, hey, somebody has an ace, right?
4 ways you're supposed to.
Has nobody have an ace? What a scam. What a scam.
In high school, I was in a fantasy
What a
baseball league
scam.
with a bunch of my buddies and one of my friend's dads. And what you can do in fantasy baseball is you can pick up a pitcher that's pitching that day and drop him the next day. And I needed like 10 points to beat my friend's dad.
No.
I picked up Buff
And we
Bomber
saw the
and he got
V-pips on the
-20.
break while you were out there taking your little break.
Absolutely shelled.
Biddy's above the Lottie
It just
line.
happened to
My
be
friend's
when he
dad
had
We
got
got to
it.
defend him. No, this is the RFI.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. He is above the line?
He's above the Lottie line.
Doesn't draw any.
No.
Like he had a couple of hands where he put money in and then he had to fold to a re-raise or something. Like we haven't seen Biddy
But he
do a
had
whole
the
lot
romance
of
quality there. That was just the day that he
craziness
decided
as
to
far
hack
as
him. It's like, oh man, she stacked him.
getting stubborn when he gets 3-bet or something.
This is the one for fold.
And that ends up being the leak for a lot of people. Okay? They can raise, but they can't fold to the 3-bet.
5 fold, 6 fold, 7 fold,
He's like, oh my god.
looking at a phone
That's like
book
the best
for
investment
optimized
I've ever made.
8 fold.
They still have it. I've got one.
Nine
Love
fold.
holding is brewing here.
I gotta work on my references.
Check.
4 ways
Yeah.
to go.
Phone book. I think the phone book
Yeah,
is
I
out
don't
of
have any
play.
big collectibles, but I want them.
I got that one honestly. And
So
I have
many
Evan
movies
Smith
that I've been rewatching lately do not work.
Right in the window, a king.
King 7 to
It might
5.
be
Nope.
He has a game, but we do see Sean with a 5.
This would be a big plot point of a
And
movie.
Barber has a 7.
Right.
Did I see you, Barbara?
Put my name with the logo with
This game's been a little passive so far.
They pronounced my name.
It did.
And I almost drove
Looks
off.
like players are just waiting to make hands here.
People aren't even impressed when you have somebody who's
Checks, and there's a 6. Which makes this a little bit straighter. Sean picks up the
Everyone's on
defender.
demand.
MH
9 bet,
a
30.
dead gut shot.
Oh, you said the 2 days.
Sean is going to pounce with a $30 bet. That's 3/4 pot.
5 call.
Only Barber falls with a
Heads
7. And check 7 would be good if this gets a showdown. There's one person at the river. We go check. Barber going to take it. One more barrel might have gotten it done.
Yeah, with one more over to the 7 on the river, yeah.
When you left, you got it.
But again, it's a small pot. We're not really seeing.
I could get behind taking 4th pair and turning it into a
5,
bluff
10,
there.
live 20.
Alright, let's go, Cal. I know why. Why not?
20's going to be on again.
5, 10, live 20, double straddle.
Try to breathe some life into this thing.
5 fold. raise, 67 fold, 8 fold, 9 fold, 1 fold, 2 fold, 3 fold,
Oh.
4 fold. Heads up.
How do Chris and Optimize play the same hands? Let's find out.
This will tell us who the better player is.
That's definitely how poker works. Chris with the 3 roll here. 2 clubs on this board. Never mind.
Yes.
4 check. 6 check. 4 check. 6 check.
Wow.
What do you know? They chopped.
Like you think.
That was
Like the
good
way
hand.
Absolutely. That was some very elite play there.
These guys have played together a lot. A lot of
Sure
poker.
have.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Whoa.
Thank you. They're having a tipping war. Thank you. Thank you.
Everyone
never
is
be able to
throwing money at Carly.
You'd never
I'll
be able
say
to play
every
that game
time.
with Doug.
So there is a winner in that hand. Carly's the winner.
Carly made more money than anybody.
Carly's the winner.
I will have
Good for Carly.
Yeah, you could never play that with Doug.
Carly's one of
He'd run out
our
of money.
great viewers.
live 10.
He'd be like,
She deals
Barrels
really
on
fast
live.
too. I like when she deals because I get more hands in. She's slower on the stream because the cards are.
Doug just
Yeah, these are thicker cards. They're a little bit clumsier to
on
handle.
his phone right
They
now.
also have the tendency
Playing
to stick
some
together a little
1-2
bit more than your
games.
standard deck of cards. So
Live
It's definitely
10.
one of those free
Yeah.
apps.
Are you excited for the new? I'm gonna call it a studio.
7 fold.
Yeah, that we might be getting here in the next year.
I'll believe it if and when I see it.
8 raise, 35, 9
But until
fold.
anything gets announced, I'm not saying anything about things I don't know about. So, you know.
3 fold, 4 fold.
Another ace king, and this is the third time or second
Everyone's
time
getting ace king.
Uncle T has had it himself.
Avery deuce. I feel like we've seen that in an
Yeah,
ace
that's
king
not the flop
situation.
you are looking for, but you have the best no pair hand.
3 4
Always want to c-bet that.
Uncle T takes it. Jonathan, they don't stream out of Spring, so I don't think there's going to be any kind of final table stream out of Spring, unfortunately. But that is a good reminder. The Fall Classic is wrapping up this weekend at TCH Spring. And there is a 500K guaranteed main event. TexasCardhouse.com/spring or Poker Atlas for all the details there.
Live 10.
I've always wanted to go down there and check it out. Let me know if you want to road trip that one day.
I was there a couple weeks
Never seen
ago
it.
for the first weekends. The which one did I play? I played the Mystery Bounty,
Okay.
and I bricked on day 1, and then I went home.
Please scan your hand, please.
all the way from there.
8
Well, it was only like 2.5 hours.
Is it how? Oh, it's
2.5
only.
to 3 hours. So I'm.
540.
Oh, I thought it was further than that. I'm thinking like.
Well, it depends on where you're at.
I was thinking like it's near Brownsville. No.
Well, Spring is north of Houston.
Oh, Spring. I'm thinking of Rio Grande Valley.
I have not been to RGV yet.
Oh, I'm so
Yeah,
sorry.
It's somewhat further. It's somewhat further to the Rio Grande Valley, which is in the southern part of Texas.
8 call.
In fact, it's further south than I've been. I haven't driven south of San Antonio yet.
I have been to a vacation for a week in South Padre Island.
Okay.
That was fun. It's hot as heck.
Open ender for Biddy here.
Plus, he's got the backdoor flush. Not that it means a lot. The biddy's going to be in his hand. And we're going to see check, check again. He's going to pick up that flush draw.
Time to bet Biddy. It would be really great if MH folded.
Yeah, you got fold equity here. You want to like see if you can just take it down now, right?
Goes half pot. And you know what? Biddy probably was waiting to check raise. That was probably the plan. But then MH had to go and check back. And this bet will get the job done. And so we stream out of this location, Austin. as well as the Dallas and Houston locations. No streaming out of Spring or Las Colinas or RGV, but those are all excellent locations to check out as well if you're in any of those areas. I was up in Las Colinas about a month and a half ago. It's a nice room.
I have not made it yet. Been to Dallas lots of times, but not.
I've done Dallas a bunch as well. Dallas as lively as ever, very much open for business, and playing some great poker up there, and streaming some great poker up there.
I've been on a few streams on the Dallas stream, and I never thought I would see. Yeah, it can be reckless. It can be.
It can.
And there's some big stacks, so.
Be sure to join us on Tuesdays for those streams. TCH Dallas.
Seen Ducks pocket deuces here a few times. King Queen is our favorite hand. Seeing a lot of those. Barber just calls this.
Yeah, Chris canted it, and Chris
will definitely
either
raise.
way. He is closing the action, so he would have excellent odds to set mine, but he's going to squeeze instead.
I like the squeeze better here. I always like to see if you can just win the pot now.
Like he's verified on YouTube.
We're going to see MH here. He's definitely set mining. He's probably thinking right now I beat ace, king, ace, queen. Those are definitely hands that Chris could have here.
Now you're going to have a hard time realizing that equity if he's going to keep betting.
Barber's in a he's in a good spot here.
King's got to go.
Yeah, I could see it either way, but
he really should have been the one doing the raising.
Yeah, and he's first to act too.
Yeah, I've given up.
5-4-3, so short of getting there, that's actually one of the better flops.
That is a great flop. It's much better than ace 3-4. I mean, ace king is missed.
Based on the screen.
Chris continues with what is the better hand? Pocket 9.
Yeah, Chris is never putting MH on anything that connects with that board, given the fact that he called his 3-flop raise. But that board does favor MH better. So,
MH going to continue looking for.
Oh! That is, for MH, that is the perfect card because his opponent has all the aces here.
Where's that picture showing?
Yeah.
Like actually on the
And Chris he's going to check. I was going to say, you don't often expect him to have a deuce, but an ace is certainly a reasonable hold on here.
Probably would like to see a 6 with the ace. The ace in his mind helps Chris, and then Chris didn't bet it. So maybe if you had an ace, you check raise. That would be an odd line, but you can see it happening. He goes big here, huh?
Going chunky here. 675.
Pot size bet over
pot.
pot.
He's saying I got it or I don't.
It almost looks like a bluff, right?
Yeah.
Maybe he turned diamonds.
Just hear Lottie screaming in the background. He's commentating.
Apparently, Carly can hear me sometimes.
Oh, can
That's
Carly
what it
hear
sounds
me? Can you ask her?
I got that voice. Jack on the end.
I know.
Yeah. But I'm that loud. I'm that loud. Okay, so there's the check from Chris. See if Chris can call a river bet or not. Because the fun thing here is, a lot of the draws missed. Like the backdoor diamonds missed.
The diamonds missed, but he could have done that with the jack in his hand.
A 6 also missed.
Yes.
I don't know how often MH is going to have a 6, but how often does he have a deuce, right?
He should almost never have a deuce,
Yeah.
but
And MH going for all the marbles here.
Chris can't call this. I mean, even if it's a bluff, it's a bluff.
This is polarizing. That's the
It
whole
is,
thing.
but yeah.
He's saying I got it or I don't. What a spot for Chris to be in here. He does let it go.
All right, I think that'd be our biggest pot of the evening.
Yeah, pretty darn close.
4,500, yeah.
Kyle in the chat wondering, Barber has the highest E-tip and MH the highest RFI. You know what? I think City actually has the lowest E-tip. He's been a little bit card dead.
He's actually negative, right?
He's not that bad, but yeah, he's.
I
he
kid.
has a lot of
I
games
kid.
that
I
he's,
kid.
and he's not really getting insane like you see sometimes around here. Does MH have the highest RFI? Maybe. I would believe it if you told me that.
Maybe it's 15
Like he
minutes.
is doing a lot of raising
person here, and I
given the offer.
Oh, it's Kyle. Kyle is a friend of the show. He's done the show a few times.
Yep.
Done a really good job. He's got a much better voice than I do. I don't like my voice.
Suited aces for MH and Kevin.
I think MH has played really well tonight. I mean, yeah, he's gotten the car, he's gotten the runouts, but overall, he's played really, really well. So I'm impressed with his play.
I want to know how he would have played those deuces if that ace didn't hit.
Well, I think it would have been a different.
Because you certainly could turn those deuces into a bluff.
You could.
If that's what it came to.
And now he probably wishes the 6 would have come because that ace. I mean, I don't think Chris put him on a straight. I think he put him on that ace.
Yeah. The 3-bet from MH, the value bluff.
This is, yeah, I mean, you typically don't see this unless it's a wheel draw type or some broadways.
The middle card, like I like bluffing the middle card better just because we're not going to be able to make straights, so we're not going to flop quite as well. And we can get some better aces to fold. This one happens to be worse, but like what's ace 10 going to do there?
Yeah.
What's ace jack going to do there? What's ace queen offsuit going to do there?
Well, ace queen.
Against the 4-bet. What's ace queen off going to do?
He got it through
A lot
again.
of players are going to fold.
Actually, he had the best hand, but playing really well. Not afraid to make some big moves here.
Let's you get another bomb pot.
MH crushed last time. I haven't watched the show in 3 weeks. I apologize for that. I've been on vacation. So I haven't seen this player.
And I was doing the show last week, and then I think I was out of town the week before that myself. I think I was in Sacramento playing horse.
Ooh, I've never played that. That's another game I never played.
Well, 08 is the O in horse.
Well, I know what the acronym is. I've just never played it because I could only play 2 of those games.
Flush draws on both of those boards.
Okay,
And,
let's
Eddie
see
with the
what we
baby
got
hearts, Sean with the
here.
nut hearts, and a gutter on bottom, and an open ender on top as well. MH with the nuts, spades on the bottom. No Oriole though. The jack of spades is dead. Kevin with the lesser spade draw.
Yeah,
and
he's
queens and 4s, and he's potting it. He's got queens and 4s, and he's got a queen and a spade draw. Barber calls queen jack 10-4. So 2 pair and some straight opportunities. Sean calling. And
Barber with
calling.
that wrap here. Just needs to
More
get one
ways
of
we
those
go.
cards.
7 pairs and a 3 of hearts on the bottom. We do everything the wrong way in these bomb pots. That's the rule. MH now with trip 7s on top. And
Yeah, he's looking for a friend on that on the river there. I actually, correct me if I'm wrong, I actually think bomb pots are pretty easy to play. You either get there or you don't. I mean, you either have the draw or you don't. And so it's
you
easy.
want to prefer hands that can
Make
scoop.
them, yeah, you do. And I think that's, and you also want to have something on both boards here.
That's what
That's
I'm
the-
saying.
yeah, that's the
300
big
from
thing here.
Kevin. He has
And just
he
like
has
we see
queens
Kevin here.
and 7s. He now has 3 pair on top. Barber gets out of there with his straight draws, which have shriveled up some. And Sean gets out as well. MH has the spades on the bottom. It's not paired. MH has trips, and he has spades. And he doesn't have any more spades. And problematically, he doesn't have a boat either. He does just have top trips on top. Him and Kevin are going to chop if he gets the showdown. Kevin going to be good with his pair of queens with a jack on the bottom.
Yeah, Kevin's options are all up here. I like his showdown value here. I mean, he's calling, yeah.
It's a pretty thin situation. He's going to check, and he hopes he's going to win half, and he's going to win half.
I think scooping happens 1 out of 6 or 7 times. It's almost always a chop here.
Yeah.
So that's why I like Kevin's just check back. I mean, he could have gone for it. It probably would have worked.
Yeah, bluffing is a possibility. Like that's
If he blocked some of the
choices.
Yeah, if he blocks some of the nut draws here, I could see him doing that, but
All right. Back to Hold'em.
and we got the straddle on again. I don't think it's ever an issue. It's always a straddle.
Yeah, these players seem good for the 10. Sometimes the 20, sometimes more.
Depending on the lineup.
Last week we finished the show with a max straddle on Hold'em. Granted, we only had like 6 players or 7 players. But we did make it all the way to the button.
That's what's great about these streams. You can just catch them again. And I've often watched streams over and over just to see some of the action here. So I have a full catalog to catch up on. So Kyle, you are in the chat. How you doing, my friend?
6, 4, 7, 4, 8, 4.
I played with Kyle, and it was like maybe a month and a half ago. I saw him bluff. I didn't know he bluffed. Sorry, Kyle. It was a home game, so
Hey, people get surprised when I bluff.
I've seen you bluff on the stream. I've commentated when you bluff.
I mean, one of my bust outs on the 2-7 tournament the other week had me quite bluffing.
I am excited to play that tournament.
I rivered a straight. Like I drew, I ended up with a straight.
That's not good.
That's not good. So I bluffed, and it didn't work.
Wait a minute, I can't play the tournament. The Eagles are playing the Dolphins Sunday night.
Oh, I have good news. I have good news. TCH Austin has a lot of TVs.
Well, that is true. Maybe I can, because I don't know if I can watch that game and handle a loss. So maybe I'll do that.
Because, yeah, so the TVs will undoubtedly have the Eagles game on, at least one of the TVs. Probably a lot more than one of the TVs.
I will request it. It's the only game on. It's Sunday night.
Yeah. Very true. That said, I don't know the World Series schedule or the ALCS schedule. There will be a team from Texas in the World Series.
Yeah, I don't. That isn't.
The Rangers and Astros are playing each other in the ALCS. Jack 9 deuce. There's poker happening. We promised there's poker happening.
Ooh, a gut shot here for Johnny. Another gut shot here for Kevin. He doesn't want to get it, though.
Would be a chaos card.
He doesn't want 10 of spades would be the perfect card.
Yeah.
Can you think of a better card? Chris with the nut flush draw.
That would be max chaos.
I'm begging for just one time. 10 of spades.
In there with the 50. Johnny calls.
It has to be the
Kevin
spades.
has the bad gut shot. I could see him folding here.
I guess any spade would be good because everybody still has combo draws.
He's going to float too. Only Barber going to get out.
We need to see a spade. Let's do this.
Or a 10.
Oh, I thought that was.
Boo.
That's no fun.
I want a new card, but Kevin does have an open end.
Now Kevin has, yeah. His
now
equity
a
went
5
up a
is
little
actually
bit.
okay. A 10 is still disastrous. Everyone checks because this turn sucks.
Why couldn't we have a spade? Yeah, that doesn't matter.
That's a spade.
Yeah, but.
And Kevin has a straight. And it's the best hand.
And Kevin's the type of player who knows how to get value out of that. Although nobody has anything.
How about a 4 of spades on the ocean?
Let's do the ocean.
Let's go to the ocean. 4 of spades. And then Chris has a steel wheel.
We should have like 9 little conveyor belts.
Just drop it on.
Drops it into a
Now
pile.
we're talking.
275 the bet from
Hey,
Kevin,
by the way, I've got one.
and
Sign up for intellectual property
of
today,
course
so
gets no
probably
action there.
file for-
Well, Kyle, I was surprised that you made that. But I don't know if you remember. I think you had deuce 7 against our friend Tillman. I think that's what it was, and you bluffed big, and then you showed. My only advice to you, Kyle, is never show. Never show. Although there was a home game as a friendly game. Do you play home games?
I
don't
have not
remember
played home games.
I don't remember you talking about that.
Yeah, I haven't played home games. I also haven't been playing a lot lately just because I've been so busy. But
I actually
I get enough volume at the clubs to scratch the itch.
I,
And I'm also more of a tournament guy anyway.
You are, yes. And I've started playing a lot more tournaments myself and had some pretty good success here in the last month. But
That's the beginner's luck. That's
It
how they
is.
get
I'm
you
like,
in. That's a rule. Like you're gonna bank a tournament early. That's how they get you home.
my first tournament I banked came in third. That huge.
Checks
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, I didn't stop.
And,
Oh, here we
Chris's
go.
Hand is going to check out here. He's got ace king of spades.
I play once a week in a different home game.
And Sean going to set 9 here with the 5s.
He's got a good price to do that.
He sure does, and he's only got 1 5 available. If
MH is really feeling himself with the 5-4 offsuit, huh? There's a
That's
4
a
in the
4.
window. Does he outflop everybody? No,
no, the 5s are still good.
No, he doesn't.
5 is still bigger than 4.
It is.
And
There is a
Greenwood
flush
checks,
draw
that's a
from
spade
Chris.
Draw for Chris.
Oh.
Never mind. And
No,
it does a both.
well, 5 is still bigger than 4.
5 is still bigger than 4.
It doesn't
but
beat 3
3 is
fours.
bigger than 2.
I like the fact that he's not afraid of someone having the queen.
MH goes small. He makes it 60, and Chris has an ace, and he's beating.
He's
some
drawing
bluffs.
dead. He's drawing dead here.
And Sean in there as well because he's beating an ace.
a couple of like.
Well, that sucks. What
That is the-
Sean gets there.
That is the
Sean gets
worst call. I had to
Sean
like.
gets there. Queen's full of 5s for Sean. Who would have thunk it? He got there the hard way.
Oh my gosh, that
That's
is the
Chris. Is
worst
Chris
card.
no, he's not.
Wow.
Look at that. What a river.
Everybody's playing the board except
Except
Sean.
the guy who has a pocket pair that's bigger
Oh,
than
that is classic.
Queen's full of 5s, beating Queen's full of 4s.
MH just, I mean, for MH the pot wasn't that big, so it's not. But still, that's just gross. And Kyle is teasing me about the Eagles Jets recap. Yes.
I already did that at the top.
Yeah,
of
I
the
did
Kyle.
that,
We're good there.
and I was saying, yes, it's the worst feeling. Everybody has their football team, right? It's the worst feeling to lose. I mean, you're kind of used to it.
You lost to the Jets.
But we lost to the Jets. No, we lost to Zach Wilson. It's not the Jets with Aaron Rodgers.
They're still the Jets.
That defense is legit. It's been legit all year. That and the Browns. All right.
But yeah, it's been a while since the Broncos have been any good.
I thought they were going to be. Well, I think with the Broncos, I think the coach is a little outdated. It seems like.
I think Vance Joseph needs to be fired again.
Vance Joseph, yeah, he was
Once
the head
wasn't
coach there,
enough.
wasn't he?
That wasn't. He was the head coach and
For
he
a
sucked
year.
and they fired him.
And then they brought him back as defensive coordinator. His defense is
Yeah.
terrible,
Yeah.
and he has talent. I don't know.
Yeah, it's time to fire him again.
You traded Bradley Joe.
That was a rental though. It was his contract year.
Still, then
And-
sign him to a big contract. I thought that guy was great out of college.
I can understand wanting the cap room to make some changes like elsewhere.
The receivers aren't playing well. I thought they had,
Yeah, like you've got
Tim Patrick's hurt, right? He's out.
Yeah, he got hurt again at the
No, I
preseason once again.
But they got that
Jerry
rookie who
Judy's
looks
got
good.
butterfingers.
Mims looks good at times. I mean, I'm a football fan of almost all teams, so I know.
I could see the Broncos being sellers in the next 2 years.
I did watch the game. I watched Red Zone, of course.
Okay.
And I watched Russell Wilson. He does not look the same.
He's not quite what he was in Seattle,
Does
but
not-
he's
he-
not
he-
the problem.
He can't run. It looks like he can't. He's slow. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know
The
what.
offensive line is terrible. He's got Butterfinger receiver.
You think they're gonna go firehouse sell? Just get rid of everybody for draft picks?
I think that there's going to be a bunch of moves made.
Sutton is out of there.
Especially some of the guys who might be closer to the end of their contract.
And Garrett, their left tackle, was chirping a lot, saying he's tired of losing. So
yeah, just move him. No problem, move him. Give me the draft pick.
you just not. There's only one player you can't trade, and that's Patrick Surtain.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry about the football rants.
Hey, that's fine.
It's football season.
We just have everybody calling. Barber raised with ace king, and everybody called him, which is standard.
Not a great feeling
We're
here.
going 6 ways here.
6 ways. You want something with a lot of connectivity and suited, like Kevin's hand. Queen
How about
9
Queen
suited.
Jack 10?
Queen Jack 10 would be phenomenal, but that's not gonna.
Well, there's a Jack and a 10.
Well, that's almost as good. That is almost as
Top
good.
2 for MH, overs and a gutter for Barber. Johnny with middle pair. Kevin with an open ender. Everyone checks. Let's get another biggish card. How about a king? That's top pair, top kicker.
No, Queen 9 straight.
King. Queen 9 is a straight. I was getting there.
I'm sorry. I was excited.
Jack 10's middle 2 pair. So a little bit of chaos here.
2 pair versus top
King
pair.
10 as well. The graphics have
Two pair,
have seized up. It was such a chaotic card. There's like two pairs, and there's a straight, and there's a
We
king.
need to see a lot of money going into this
So
pot.
I see somebody bet 125. I forget who it was, what he had.
It looks like Barber.
I think he had. Did he have the straight? Or did he
Wait
have
a minute!
one
It's a
pair?
straight flush draw for Kevin. Queen 9 of spades, right?
I think so.
He's gonna
also
raise.
complete a boat.
He needs to raise this.
Where are these graphics now? Stupid computer.
Yeah, what is going on here?
All the poker's happening and the graphics went dead.
This might be our most exciting hand of the evening. Got a couple of doozies here, but we've got at least three players invested heavily in this
Here
hand.
we go. Here we go. We got graphics. So Kings and 10s for Johnny. Jacks and 10s for MH. King high straight for Kevin with the backup, and the 10 of spades we think is still live. Barber with top pair, top kicker, and a gutter.
Yeah,
And
we do see a raise here, didn't we?
So 125 from Johnny, 350 MH with his Jack 10. Pick the worst possible time to raise. Kevin just goes for it right here, right now.
Not afraid of the ace queen. I think
flush draws out there.
Yeah, I think with the spades.
And you don't mind if ace high spades go away.
Barber can't call.
Bet, raise, 3 bet, no. 1 pair is toast.
Johnny might be able to call. I don't think
Johnny, I think Johnny's going to be compelled to call because he is beating this flush draws.
Yeah.
And there's 2 flush draws, and he doesn't block the flush draws.
I don't think MH can call.
Yeah, I think MH. I think Johnny's going to take the bullet for MH. That's what's going to
if Johnny calls, MH is folding. But even that 2 pairs.
MH is going to do the opposite of Johnny. If I were MH, I would do the opposite of Johnny.
And Kevin could be doing this with the nut flush draw, either way.
Yeah, that's exactly why somebody has to call here, because there are 2 flush draws, and neither of these players is blocking the flush draws at all. And there could also be a pair with a queen.
Which is a good thing. They're not blocking, right?
Exactly why.
Some people I remember somebody asking me that. You said that he doesn't have it. Why is that? Because he wants them to have those draws.
Like you want the razor to be bluffing. And the other possibility is like a pair with a queen that's getting after it. Like imagine somebody has queen 10, which you are blocking. Or like queen jack.
You could have queen 10. Yeah, you could have queen 10 of spades, right? That's still available.
Yeah, like those are hands that could just decide to bomb it and get rid of a pair. Johnny's going to get rid of it. They both get rid of the 2 pair. I'm shocked.
Well, I think Johnny's just asking himself.
Nobody's thinking that a flush draw is a possibility.
Yeah, he's like, what could he be barreling with? I guess he put him on ace queen. But the pre-flop action didn't show that. I don't know. Well, obviously it's a good fold. It's their money. It's not my money.
Yeah, results oriented, it's a good fold.
But I just thought that given the fact that there's so many draws out there that you look that up.
There's too many draws to fold 2 pair. At least in my opinion.
What do you guys think? Would you have folded if you were either player with the 2 pair?
Either of the 2 pairs. Is there a world where you're calling?
There is a world. There's definitely a world.
Not the one that we're living in tonight. Kevin folding the 9 triz of hearts.
Heads up.
Shout out to
Setting
AA
up a
Ron.
4-bet shove, pre-flop.
That is his hand.
Nobody goes.
It used to be a prop bet, right? We used to
Nobody
do
flags.
that.
Yeah, we
Only
did,
have them.
done that for a little bit. Johnny with no hair.
Do you remember we used to do the Pokemon?
Too fair.
The Pokemon game? Yeah, optimize with the king, spiking on the turn. And
Four bets.
optimize gonna put out the $10, and Johnny has a pair, so he's gonna call.
Yeah, that $10 bet, your 8 is never good. I mean, because no one's throwing away $10. No one's trying to get, but there's no money in the pot. But
What can I do, Johnny? I'm under the gun.
Yeah, it was a whole thing for a bit where some of us would have a Pokemon, and if you stack the other player, then they have a Pokemon, or if it was a 5K pot, you win their Pokemon. That was a thing for a minute.
for about a
It
year.
was something that came from San Antonio, I think.
Yeah,
Like there was some club down there that was actually selling the little Pokemon. Like they embraced it, and
I had to go buy some.
yeah, and
I want to play.
it was a trend for a little bit.
We'll find out.
Like, I can't.
Could have been a whole lot of courage.
Yeah,
5,
definitely.
10.
Just process of elimination. Nobody's got the nuts.
You get your point for the 10 minutes.
Sigma.
Oh yeah, let
Get
me.
the points.
8
Simple
9
math.
fold. 1 raise, 35, 2 fold.
You'll notice I'm not in here sweating a football game like I was last week
35.
and getting disappointed.
Oh yeah, it was on Monday.
They stopped throwing the ball at Devontae Adams. And then I traded him, and now he's somebody else's problem. Now he's
This
disappointing
guy
a different
Garoppolo
team.
going. Actually, Jacoby Myers has played really well. I don't know if you-
Yeah, and now Garoppolo's hurt.
Yeah, I heard.
Surprise.
5 check. 1 check.
They got Aiden O'Connell in the backup. That's gonna
It was Hoyer this week. I don't know how they decided who they have active. But,
Question is, how can I have no points? Well, that's pretty easy. I lose every.
yeah.
I'm in the chat, except for the last month. I'm in the chat all the time. I'm the commentator, one of the commentators, and I still have 0 points.
And he didn't rack up a bunch of points in the days where the Streamlabs was a little bit looser than it is now. Streamlabs used to be very EV positive.
I only started doing the point. I mean, I watched the streams for 3 years, but I only started doing the points when
Live 10.
I started commentating because I didn't understand them.
Yeah.
It's only been about a year and a half, but I still lose.
I think it was check.
I don't know.
And then
I've only
back
won
raise,
twice. I
right?
can tell you that.
Back
I can remember how many times I've actually won a roll. Twice. One was against you. In a bet.
Yeah, that's always fun.
Biddy wakes up with ace jack. He's got to play more hands though, even if it's just trash. Just because people know. He got raised by 7 deuce here, suited.
That's fun.
That's a straddle, that's a raise.
He's looking at Biddy's been playing pretty tight here.
4.
Optimize not going to get frisky with the king queen.
5 fold. 6 fold.
How much is it?
90.
You're in position, Biddy. Call. Call. C-A-W-L. New York style.
Call.
At least Long Island style. Upstate's a different. Or Western New York. Jack in the window. Another jack right behind it. That's good.
Biddy.
7 check.
Look at him slow roll this to the aggressor.
And the deuce is going to make a pair for Johnny.
I think that'll actually have Johnny. I think it'll make him. I got some showdown value here. He may just check this all the way down. That's not what Biddy wants.
7 check.
Oh, he's
Johnny
gonna
going
go.
to value on himself with a 7 deuce.
50.
150 goes pretty big.
Yeah,
And-
Biddy should not raise here.
Yeah, this is where we want to just keep him in with all of his 7 deuce. Johnny drawing dead.
Yeah, he doesn't know it. He doesn't want to see a deuce on the river.
Yeah.
450.
Oh, goes 450. Snap fold.
Maybe they were both videos hoping maybe he has a weaker jack.
There's no draws. I think you would have heard from a jack though. When the flop
Yeah,
doesn't go
I
check,
just wish, you know, to maximize that profit there, a check would be interesting.
I'm going to save the check raise for the river. Or not the check raise, just the raise since you were in position that hands.
You need his block?
Having position on the river, you do guarantee that you get to put a bet in on the river.
5-10. As long as you get it out around the time the last card hits the table, it's fine.
It's not the hand that you want to see when you're in the straddle.
8 fold, 9 fold, 1 fold, 2 raise, 30.
10-8, good enough for a raise from 10H, which seems reasonable to me. 10-8 suited.
Yeah, MH is playing a lot of hands.
And Kevin with a suited ace, not a great suited ace, so a fine candidate to re-raise. Well, MH call the 100. I think you can. This game is deep enough that you certainly can see what happens on the platform.
I would call that, yeah. You got the one gapper there, you're suited. A lot of possibilities. Then it's all diamonds.
That's 3 cards of the wrong suit.
Oh!
Has flopped the nuts.
Kevin's like,
he has too much of this.
yeah,
card.
I mean, he's gonna check it. Yeah, I mean, what's calling there? He's hoping maybe someone has a queen of diamonds.
Yeah, I think that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna hope for a queen of diamonds, and yeah, without a diamond in MH's hand, there was not much hope of getting any money unless he had a set.
Yeah,
unless he had a diamond or a set.
Even a
There's
king
no two
could call.
pairs there. Like a king, I
call.
probably am not that enthusiastic about because like there's going to be more bets probably.
Trying to center my energy. 9 days.
Starting right now.
So R6, are you saying if you try to, is it hard? You'll lose? Try too hard, I'm not sure what that means. Or hair. Like a rabbit?
Yeah.
Like a rabbit.
Well, I mean, the tortoise beat the hare, so spoiler, the tortoise beat the hare. So he's not wrong.
I like Sean's hand here.
Optimize. Went for the 3-bet, and we're going to go heads up. Hey, diamonds are hot. See if we can find some diamonds.
Ace 10 of diamonds. Ace 10 of diamonds.
1 diamond, and just 1 diamond. King, queen, 6.
He does outflop them, though.
Optimize with the gutter and the overs to the pair of 6s. And it's a board that favors the 3-bet. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I
saw that down. Thanks, R6.
And Sean actually just goes the check fold route.
Thank you.
Understandable. Yeah, be the tortoise and you'll accumulate points.
So just gamble all every time?
I'm happy I won.
Now the tortoise goes.
I know.
I'm happy.
In fact,
let's get me to 10 points.
Funny thing, so last year when I was in Vegas, and I had the broken foot situation the whole summer. So I rent one of those scooters that you see zipping around the casinos, and to control the speed, like there's a knob, and on one side is a tortoise, and on the other side is a hare.
Oh, okay.
Like those are these symbols for slow and fast. I guess those are sufficiently international for anybody who might be in the market for one of those scooters.
I've rented those in Vegas.
How many languages has the tortoise and the hare been translated to? Tell us in the chat. What do you think?
More than 1.
More than 1. Good choice.
I'll go the low on that. Barber 6'4", 1 gapper here. He is suited. Probably good enough. for a call here. $90. He knows if he hits this, it's really going to.
It's going to be something.
It's going to be, yeah. So they both kind of have each other's outs here. 8, 7, 6, 4. I see a 5. That's a pro. Okay.
That's a lot of fives.
That is a lot of 5s. I was like, oh, a 5 is a perfect card for their straight draws, but not that. So this could be interesting. Barber could rep. I have a pair.
Neither of these players is in a bluffing mood tonight against each other. They're just going to check, 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 check.
Quads.
Quads. Quad 5s. Quads on board.
So
optimize.
quads with an 8
Quads
kicker.
with an 8.
You can't feel good about that.
Yeah, so Barber's equity is chop equity. If there's any card bigger than an 8, this will chop, or even an 8 will chop. That won't do it, though. That won't do it.
It's
Optimize
close.
has an 8 that plays.
It's close.
Quad 5s with an 8.
No, he's got a boat. He's got 7s.
He's got quads full.
I know. He's got quads full.
He's going to go for value with his quads full.
He is just, he thinks he's bluffing is what.
Value bluff. He's going to show.
You had to be an 8, right?
He thinks he bluffed him. That's the. Oh.
Think so.
But for optimize though, he had to bet there. I mean, it's almost always.
Yes, you have to bluff. That's a mandatory bluff. Goes check, 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 check. You got to bluff.
Thank you.
And speaking of quads, quad 3s were the quads of the day. It did hit today. That'll reset tomorrow. Quad 4s,
No, you're in the small
$200.
block.
Must have a pocket pair for home.
520 double straddle.
Must have the quads in
I
his
got a little bit small block.
Yeah, right.
TexasCardhouse.com.
You would have folded.
It would have felt strong. I mean, an ace is like, all you want is an ace, right?
Would you just shut up, Kevin?
4 raise, 60.
I definitely
5
would have
fold,
checked the turn.
6 fold, 7 fold.
For sure, yeah. And he would have done his little tickle. I would have, gotten way more value than I otherwise get out of 4 or 5 offs.
8 call, 9 fold, 1.
Uncle D's been quiet for a little bit.
Calling through that, so
He
I'm thinking.
likes his Jack 10 off.
4 or 5 off.
I feel like that's everybody's favorite.
Oh, wait.
They're all 5s out there.
Couldn't be 4 or 5 off.
They may call security.
3, 4 off.
Right, we got a problem.
I would have called
Hold
it
on,
a 5.
how did you
More
even
diamonds. Ace
turn
Jack
flop.
5. Queen high diamond draw for
That's
optimized.
what I
Pair and a
need.
10 high
It's
diamond
either
draw
turn or.
for Uncle T.
Optimize also with the gutter here.
8 check.
Everyone
what I
checks.
have.
So 6 is useless.
Could have had 5s are in my range. Yeah. On that, all day.
60 from NH with the worst hand. Optimized going nowhere.
8 call.
With the combo draw.
Those calls all feel like
And the 9 of spades is going to break all the draws. Jack will be good at showdown. If we get there.
2 check.
NH is
4
going to give
check,
up.
showdown,
Optimize is going to give up. And
Jack.
the 10 will be good for Uncle T.
Thank you, Phil. All right, guys.
Any
for
relation
other
to
changes
Mr.
on
T,
what you have
Tino?
Maui.
he is.
I'm taking this off.
Thank you.
for our lady. Thank you very much.
And that'll be it.
You don't want me to play the
Here.
vampire? What do you say?
And we'll have a bomb pod, and I'll plug some stuff in the meantime. So, Fall Classic main event happening this weekend at TCH Spring. 500K guarantee there, I believe. TexasCardhouse.com for all the details there.
Something like that. It was,
Had to be some real garbage.
Dallas has an even bigger one happening next week.
Oh,
Guarantee there. White's at 10 and 5 Monday through Saturday next week, the 23rd and 29th. Quarter no guarantee.
That's what I mean, it was like
TexasCardhouse.com
turn
for
or-
all the details there. A little special tournament here in Austin on Sunday, the 22nd. No one is used to 7 single draw. I wish I could make it to that. $100 for the entry tournament, $20.
but I was the razor.
I like that structure.
All the details at TexasCardhouse.com, including the structure.
Bob Pot, you guys can probably see there's money on the dealer button. That's what we call that the burger button.
That is called the burger button.
And so players will put money on that pot, and if that button will rotate around with the money on it, and if the player that is on the button wins, the dealer gets that.
One of our newer faces in the box, Maui, giving us the cards the rest of the way here, I think. And getting these cards scanned, we'll have some pot action.
I wonder if he's from Hawaii. I was just in Maui. I was just right before the fires.
Ace Jack 3, 2 hearts.
That's really far away. I'm from Florida too. I'm from Orlando, so I know where that is.
So MH has the trip 6s. I saw Biddy with the 6 as well. 7 and an 8 on the turn. 6 is full of 7s for Biddy on the top board. On the bottom, Johnny has a king high heart draw. MH also has 6s full of 7s. Ace of 40. Pair of jacks for MH. King, queen, 10. Never mind, that was Benny calling. Showing with the king, jack, 10, 9 rainbow. He's got some straight outs on the bottom, and he's gonna peel with this one-way holding. Like, I think he could have gotten out.
I would have, yeah.
I would have just gotten out of there. It's a one-way hand. Yes, we're multi-way, but there's 2 flush draws, and we're drawing to a straight, which is a really great way to get quartered. And the straight's going to miss anyway. Ace of clubs, backdoor clubs get there that nobody has. 5 on the bottom. So Biddy and MH are going to quarter the top with their 6s full of 7s. Johnny going to take the bottom with the kings. No, the 8s and 5s rather.
Yeah, you see it quartering a lot in straights, but not with the boat.
Well, with trips you can get quartered.
Yeah. And there we go.
Straights and trips get you quartered, and that's what's going to happen here. I'll step out for a moment, leave it with Dante. I'll be right back.
The pot was really small here at 240, so it's not a lot of, you get quartered, not a lot of damage there, but I think. Here we go, we're off to the next hand. See if the straddle still remain in place. I think that straddle will be on MH.
You're not used to like calling those teams like that.
MH does have our biggest stack, and he's up also the most right now with a 2K. Like I said earlier, I think he's playing really well here. Biddy has bought in for an extra 1,000 as well. Like we probably talked about earlier, is that this is match the stack, so anybody can would like to match MH here at 4K. Do have the double straddle on it, so it's going to put optimize effectively under the gun here. I'm going to probably just toss that.
We're up $5 from my last report.
Uncle T in the furry on the button. When you're on the button, you can really open up your range here. I'm almost going to play like 40% of the hand. And the suited jack can make it straight. Obviously, he's got the flush draw. And MH is going to raise it up, as he should, being out of position here. Probably like to see a little bit bigger raise here, but he's going to get a call from Kevin, which is going to bring Uncle T in. So 3 to a flop multi-way.
I thought a lot of pair would be good. I was raising for protection.
Is that really what you got? I don't know. I can't wait to watch. That's my hand.
Oh, he's going to flop 2 pair here with Kevin. Oh, this is an actual flop. Kevin open-ended. Uncle T with 2 pair. MH with the nut flush draw plus an 8 gives him a straight. This is going to be a really big hand. So all three players are really strong here. We do see Uncle T with the majority of the equity here, but no one's going anywhere with this hand. Kevin also has the backdoor heart, although it's we can see it's dead.
Oh my God, what I walk into here.
This we've been waiting for a hand that gets all the chips in.
Here's the chaos.
This could
the
be it right
120,
here.
The 360, an MH with nut hearts, and a gutter.
This looks like Uncle T has the straight already with the 8-10. The only 8-10 he could have is something suited.
And guess what? We're blocking a 10.
Yeah, and then of course both other players are blocking the 10. So
Yeah.
that is the only.
You have to get another flop there.
Uncle T's really not known for bluffing a lot.
Really ask for
Oh, we're gonna see a raise here. I really like it because of the combo draw, and he's drawing to the nuts here.
We've seen two pair fold to the 3-bet before.
Yeah, and this is going to be actually, Kevin is open-ended now with the Queen of Hearts.
The open-ender doesn't feel quite as good
Not now.
when the hearts are out there.
This is tough for Uncle T to call. I mean,
all in. He's not calling. He's moving all in.
like I said, it's tough for him to call.
Snap-a-rooski.
8 of spades or something?
And we're going twice here. MH with a heart or an 8.
He's on the spade draw.
That's not it.
8-10?
You got 8-10?
And that's not it either. There's
I
the
got 2
ace, which is not enough.
There's
the heart.
it. Yeah.
And
Gotta get a jack or a 7
I think
here.
we're going to be chopping here. There we go. That is the chop. And yeah, Queen 10 would not have gotten any of that.
Unless they went twice.
No, because
Oh, they can't.
flush beats a straight.
Oh, he hit a flush on. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
you're
MH
right.
did turn the heart. So all those fireworks just to chop.
They did win $100 each.
Chopping up that dead money from the
Yeah.
pre-flop and flop action.
Well, when he
Is
got
there
the
money
ace,
if they want to
said he got there.
run twice? They are free to do that here.
Oh, that's right, you said on the heart.
Heard that.
Uncle T is probably feeling good when he was asked he's going to run it twice. That means
That
he's on a
means
draw.
it's more likely to be a draw.
Yeah.
And the thing about two pair is you are blocking the sets.
Yeah, I mean, no, the math is there, right? The math is, you're definitely calling.
Like you could even have a flop straight and not feel great. Like as far as like the other guy's not going to be drawing dead. Like they're going to have a set, they're going to have a hard draw.
right off the bat. It's only up $20. It's right
Exactly what happened last time. Under the gun, $60 raise, 5 callers.
See if I can get my points up there.
But Dallas in LA is hard.
All right, so for fantasy, who
Check, lead, back raise.
I lost already. I don't have this problem.
Someone's got to
well, I was doing DraftKings.
Yeah. Okay. You're doing one of those contests.
I'm doing about 100.
Okay.
You got $8 here.
And Barber's 60 is going to get called in a million spots. Bunch of suited hands. Sean's got 9s. MH actually has squoze, squeezed squoze.
Squeeze.
50 jack of hearts. And this could clear out a lot of these players. I think ace jack offsuit has to go away here.
Yeah, like there's so many times you're just dominated.
Unless you think MH is losing his mind and then you can re-raise him.
He's really ramping up the aggression here. MH has played a lot of hands.
Dicey spot for the 9s. He is going to call. Johnny suited ace, ace 10. Not going to consider there. Just over 900 in the middle as we go heads up to the flop. Queen Jack versus 9s. Who you got?
Oh, I'm going to go with a suited queen jack.
Well, that's
I'm gonna go with the nines.
Tell me now, I'm gonna say it anyway.
Well, the queen jack still has a chance. I think MH could bet here as the 3-better. He can't have all the big pairs.
That's all
And
he's
he can have
repping,
ace
right?
king.
He could have ace
I
king.
want to go out.
Ace
He can have
king.
king queen.
Go to the drugstore.
Like MH has done some 3-betting.
Tampering.
225, and well, Sean knows that MH has done some 3-betting, and he could consider floating, and that's what he's going to do.
He is floating with the best hand, though. He could even.
See how stubborn he gets.
Maybe you need that. I don't know.
Probably not all that stubborn as the ace rolls off the deck on the turn. MH has a gutter now.
The pot's already at 1,400 almost.
Yeah, and Sean, the effective stack was a little bit over that behind. And I think the ace is one of the scarier overs. One of the scarier turns. Sean gonna think it over.
Such a small bet there relative to the pot.
No draws out there really.
Yeah, he looks like he hasn't. He hit the ace. He's telling the right story. It feels like an ace.
And the other question for Sean is, do you want to call off your stack on the river? Because you're probably going to have to call off the rest of your stack on the river.
Yeah, just get it in now, right? Just.
No, yeah, he's going to fold. He's going to fold, and I don't blame him one bit.
Nice pot for MJ. MH is running away. I call him MJ. But MH is kind of running away from this game here. Playing well.
Not shots.
Aggression is working.
Optimize taking his 4th break of the
Well, you know, you got to get those breaks in. Stretch the legs every now and then.
Seat 5, seat 6, seat 7 fold, seat 8 fold.
See,
John's going to limp in with the king jack here. Are we at a limp pot?
apparently so.
No. Here comes Kevin. That's what I'm saying. Sean just limped in there. Kevin's noticing all
Kevin's
this.
raising.
Yeah.
Kevin's going to raise. Optimize is probably going to raise.
I don't know.
I'd raise.
250, something like that.
Something like that. It looks like about 250.
Oh, he's already got the bet out. 225.
And this is as far as it goes. I say, just kidding. No shortage of aggression tonight with these things.
Yeah, it's quite a bit higher than I thought.
Pre-flop, there's plenty of aggression. Post-flop, there's a lot of checking.
Seat 7 fold. Seat 8 folds, seat 9 folds, seat 1 fold.
Nothing really here. MH with his third time he's had pocket tens. Looks to bump this up. We are in the straddle, so E5 it. Barber waking up with a really strong suited Broadway himself, and Chris with almost suited Broadway. Got that 9 dangling in there. So some decent holdings here. We're going to see a flop. King right in the window. And a 9. So everybody with a pair here. Chris effectively with third pair. He just doesn't know it. MH is going to c-bet. Doesn't need to make it a lot. Just goes for 1/3. A lot of times you'll see players when they're trying to move people off hands, they'll bet a little bit bigger.
And tell him everything he needs to know here.
Yeah, and Barber Barber plays really trappy, really passive.
I'm surprised
It's
Chris
tough to
calls
get him.
here.
Well, he can get a 9, right? I mean,
Against
yes.
2 players, I'm not so thrilled about my 9.
That is a card that nobody is happy with. I still expect, yeah, I expect MH to just check here. Multi-way, somebody has an ace, right? You would think. Now the clubs get there. Now, though they're the backdoor variety, so they're not, it's not too significant here. But
Like I said, not a lot of aggression after the flop, and they're going to just check down, and the kings will.
yeah, somehow we only have a $300 pot with those hands in that flop. Thought it'd be bigger.
Nobody's bluffing.
We've seen Chris bluff a few times. It just didn't work.
We got up on the screen and there's a whole
He just
Maybe that's why nobody's bluffing.
No, if Chris can't do it.
What is the
Is that the mentality? How is the chat doing here? Oh, there it is. They only have 83 in it. That's the lowest I've seen in a while. Everybody's watching the Dallas game.
I have friends who work at Planet.
Oh, my wife sent me a picture of all the animals.
Planet's like
She dressed them up for Halloween, and no one can see it in the chat, but everybody's
exactly.
the cat, 2 dogs, in their Halloween costumes. Sorry.
Yeah, we like. There was a big merger. Maxar is a mix of like 4 different companies, but it's
Uncle
like
T opening up the 5-3 suited.
satellites.
Another ace king.
You do Google Earth and you
That's
look at
the
what
hand of the
satellite
day.
do.
Yeah.
Like that one.
We're going to see a nice little raise here from Kevin. And he's on the button, too, so it could look like a squeeze at times.
That's ace-6 and 5-3, so
awesome. Yeah, we're
it doesn't even have to look like it.
satellite for AWS.
Yeah.
And we just did Project Kuiper. We just launched a couple of satellites last week.
Yeah, Kevin's going to take it and having the one with
Since I've been there,
The
we've
Red
launched,
Reaper
like,
says this game is,
6
yeah,
or
this
7.
game, right? Not the Monday night. Well, not the football game.
Are we talking about the football game or the poker game? The poker game, just a few hands ago, we had like a million draws and a 2-pair and a straight, and they all collided.
Yeah, he says
That's
it's
happened a
not
few times tonight.
aggressive. I think these players are more on the for-profit side. So,
I manage like the.
Why would they even make that graphic?
You want to bring some life into this game? There's a link in the description to this video. Go out of forum, get on future editions of TCH Live.
We have like very advanced simulations for like all the everything's so
Streaming out
precise
of
that
Boston,
they
Dallas,
do everything through the simulations first.
And we're on
So I
pretty
get
much
to,
7
like,
days
set
a
up
week.
those-
Be sure to
those
subscribe, get the
satellites
notifications on,
and-
find out every time we're on the air. Also
kind
subscribe
of
to our other
fun?
channel,
Yeah, I feel
Texas
like
Card House. Sometimes we have a secondary stream
I
on
don't
that
do a lot
channel.
with the hardware. That's
Yep.
mostly my boss.
But
But there's just when I work
and also
remotely,
watch us
just
on
Florida,
Thursdays. This Thursday we have a PLO game. Surprised you're not playing it.
PLO on
I'm there
Thursday.
to check it out, but it's just
Yeah, it's a stream.
Okay, I'll have to look into
That's
that.
a lot of number
If I'm not
crunching to
busy
do, like
Thursday night,
satellite
I might have
imagery
something
and
going on.
I
updating
may
really fast.
commentate it. We have Kenny in there,
That's a lot of
Kenny
Yeah,
Rogers.
it's the
We have Uncle T will
making
also
sure we're
be
getting
playing
telemetry
as well.
every like 5 seconds. Every it's like 20,000 different PIDs that we just need constantly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The most of his work is commission sales.
Yeah, the people in the chat want to see blood. We also want to see blood,
We're
but
trying. Then we're running twice and shopping. Yeah, I think there have been some missed spots that have left post flop for sure. A small part of me dies every time it checks all 3 streets.
people are definitely
One of the main things
cautious.
is like thermal, making sure it's not overheating. And it's interesting when as the rocket's getting launched, if something's overheating, like as it's going up, they cool it down by like.
I'd say
sloshing
MH
around
has
with
been
fuel.
pretty aggressive pre-flop.
MH has been the most aggressive. Yeah. Chris has been. He was aggressive early. He's down a lot. Though.
The
He's down
fuel
like
is
30.
colder than.
Oh yeah, just any it's just liquid. Yeah.
I'm up to 4 points. I don't know how to get there like that.
You gotta be sure to do it every 10 minutes.
I mean, that's what killed the
How they sloshed around cool.
So I need to do it at 12:46.
big ice chunks coming off the side of it.
So, for the next hand, and he opened it again. Sailboats. Kevin Y had pocket threes, has pocket threes.
All right, let's look for an action flop.
Unfortunately for him, there's no quads for the day because the threes already hit today.
How about a 3-4-6?
Acceptable.
Although we see some of those outside.
But outers are a thing.
Yeah, 3-4-6. Let's go. Rainbow.
Lots of low cards.
3-4-6 with 2 clubs. No, it can't be. Yeah, it can't. It can't be.
How about 10-10-9 with 1 club? How about that?
Well, I think the 4s are still ahead, right?
Equity-wise, believe it or not, the King 4 has the most equity, and 7-6 has the gut shot, and there's a jack.
There's a gut shot for Biddy now.
Yeah. I guess people can still make a pair. You'll check again, and there's a queen. That's a straight.
Straight right there.
Hey, look, somebody made a straight.
Oh, he's playing a little coy. I hope he's playing a coy, not afraid of a
At this
boat.
point, his best chance is if somebody decides to bluff, but nobody's doing that. You got to do your own betting. Biddy going to take a little itty-bitty pot here. See what I did there?
I did. I'm hoping Biddy doesn't rewatch this. I mean, we've been pretty hard on his passive play, per se. But he's first I've seen him. I don't know if he's from Texas.
No, he's not. He's our upstate friend.
Oh, that's right. Okay. It's probably a little different than a lot of places. Poker.
Believe it or not, I've never actually played poker in the state of New York, despite having grown up there.
Well, it's not legal.
There's casinos now that are nowhere near where I'm from.
Well, don't
Now
you have
they're-
to? There's underground games. I remember hearing.
Well, that's the thing, but I left before I got into poker, and also, I'm not the underground game type.
Instead of underground sounds so, I don't know, illegal. Well, that is illegal.
Which, I mean, technically...
it is illegal. But home games, there's a lot of home games there. We have a couple of friends that played here that live there now. Home games. Anyway.
Well, it becomes a problem when you take a rake in particular. That's how they got Molly of Motley's game. She took a rake.
The home games I play, there's no rake.
That's good.
I won't play one. They just do it for fun or for action.
Biddy has the best pair of the players with a pair.
And he's got the nut draw here for the straight.
And Biddy and MH both have the gun shot.
Optimize with the backdoor straight flush draw, I guess, if you wanted to be optimistic.
It's going to be optimized versus Biddy as we go to the turn. See if we can get an interesting
Club
turn
would be
card.
nice.
Well, it's the right color at least. Biddy adds a spade draw.
He's got all
to his
kinds of
collection.
draws now. He probably thinks he's not ahead. He probably puts his opponent on a
Now he's
sort of
thinking,
ace.
well, I have a pair and I have too many outs.
Got a pair, I got a gutter, I got flush draws. And it looks like Optimize is going to take a stand here. He knows he's no good, especially against this player who hasn't played a lot of hands. So he's going to try to put max. He's going to try to put pressure, not max, but try to put pressure on him. But he turns it into like a value bet almost. Not value, 60% pot, something like that. Obviously, Biddy, he should not raise here.
Yeah, it's falls perfect.
They're not that good to do that.
River is less perfect.
Yeah.
There's Optimize finds the third barrel.
Yeah, and Optimize the
Turn
spot.
this into a bluff.
He might as well not even have a queen. It is clear that he has an ace or a king here in this spot, and he's not going to go away. So I think Optimize should just give up here. But we know him. He may fire off a full pot-sized bet, which I think would work, actually.
And he's going to go for it. He's going to go basically full pot. I see 650 out there.
He turned his one pair into a bluff here.
And it might work. Biddy has middle pair and he has all the missed draws, so he's blocking all the bluffs, and so he folds.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind the fold as much, but I wish he would take a little bit more time to kind of think about.
I think he had his mind made up.
Yeah.
On the turn, probably.
And Optimize gave him that look. Like
he was probably thinking that his king was not good, and he was going to try and make something on the river.
He was trying to hit those draws. Yeah.
So he gives up. Very inconvenient to have the jack in particular, where, like I said, you're blocking the missed straight draws. Like you could even be up against the better king. Like you could be up against king 10 now. I decided to fire at it. Eights for MH and aces for Kevin.
Oh, that's the fourth time we've seen aces. And eights. Wow, this could be exciting. I like MH just calls this. Kevin should not be getting aces. It's not fair sometimes. He's going to obviously bump this up. See what sizing he chooses. Probably around that 2. Yeah, he goes 250. It's kind of big, a little bit bigger. He could set mine. He does have the chip stack, and Kevin does have 2.4 behind. So let's see an ace and an 8 on the flop.
Swing and a miss. 10-7, which does at least give MH that backdoor straight possibility.
Yeah, Kevin should bet. I mean, I think Kevin should bet small here, but he's going to check.
MH would not mind a 9. He's not going to get a 9.
Yeah, he's seeing now another over, so ace king is in play here for sure.
The post-cruise, I'm getting healthy,
Kevin really should bet.
I'm getting healthy for a while.
Hoping his opponent does have a king.
You
You think if you had a 10 in that spot, you would have bet the turn at this point to try to build a pot.
It's like
Yeah.
I'm in the same camp. I mean,
he just went on a Disney.
He's going to bet. He's not going to get any more money out of the MH show because ace king is there. Ace king.
But I mean, we were bored.
MH's going to at least think about it.
We bought those.
He's going to call.
What's that?
6.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier.
Aces
That's all one ever went on. It's like probably.
I've gone on one, and there was a lot of positives, a lot of negatives, and think there were negatives outweighed.
Yeah, we were talking about it, like a poker cruise. That was.
It would, the big one in March, they're running the WTT as a 5K main, and that one's fun. No, but I got friends that
Yeah. Kevin should feel really good about this because the 10 wouldn't have checked there either.
I could actually see that being a lot of fun. That's the only way, though. I think that's the only way I'll ever go on another cruise.
Well, you have to have like a written declaration with her to say, okay, honey, I'm going to be doing this 12 hours a day. You know, don't find something like bring her a girlfriend or something. When I took Louise, I took her friend, and I was like, I'm going to go diving probably. You don't want to do that. You know, so take your buddy and go for walks on the beach.
Considering a bluff catch.
Oh, you really? That's good. Austin's a good place, especially this time.
So you can kind of go through the catalog of hands that Kevin could be making this play with. Ace queen makes a lot of sense. Ace jack suited, but even jacks. I think jacks and queens just showdown value there. No draws really missed. You do see spades out there, but the board is paired, so it's likely for that and the draw came on the turn. So it's, it almost looks like it's never a bluff unless it's ace queen.
Let's go.
That is too
Pokemoki rolled an 87.
That's one place I would.
That's good.
That's pretty good.
Pretty far into the third hour here already.
Oh, wow. Okay.
TCH Live.
Okay, I didn't even, I thought it was like 7:30, 7:45. It's almost at 9 now, so we got an hour and a half, around 16 minutes left.
Marty with you, Dante alongside me in the booth. Mel pressing the buttons on the other side. Maui in the box pitching the cards.
Well, I didn't know Mel was here. Typically, you would hear a football game or something.
You should have seen last week's show. We're just like both complaining about football, and it was glorious. Here come the flops.
We're off to a bomb pot here. Let's see two. Let's see who has a 5 and who has a club draw. Well, Johnny has both.
Clubs.
He's got both. He's got a 5 as well.
He's got a 5, so he's
And
got a lot of
jacks.
things.
And he's got an overpair.
He's got a gut shot.
He is all over this.
MH with an open ender and a 10, and Jack high diamonds. Kevin though has king high diamonds and
Pocket kings. Overpair. And Chris has the nut diamonds, and he's got a 5 and a 4, so he flopped the boat. So his diamonds don't mean anything. So he flops the nuts here on the bottom.
And just for good measure, he does have an ace on the other side. Not a very good one. We're going to go 5 ways to the turns, which is not too common around here.
And he's playing it.
That's gonna get this
Chris played that really tricky. He could have bumped it up, but I like that because the next card is almost undoubtedly going to be over.
Not that over, though.
Yeah, that's not, I mean.
So Chris improves to 5s, 4s, 7s.
Which is odd,
which
right?
Is unfortunate, which is really unfortunate because Johnny
improved to 5s,
5s,
yeah. So this could get.
And so they're going to quarter at this rate.
And that's the second time we've seen a boat quarter.
Yeah.
So, which is really rare, by the way.
Barber's got 3 pair on the top now. It's going to be Chris potting it. He's going to make it 270.
Johnny does have the club draw on top as well.
He's got second boat and he's got a club draw, so he's feeling like he's got scoopability.
You don't really need to see. He really wants to see
He
a
could even just
jack.
go for all of it if he wanted.
Yeah, he's in a spot where he's good on both boards a lot of times.
Like well, he's not good on top right now.
Yeah, but he can
you
draw
would love
to
get
it,
rid
yeah.
of 2 pair though. You would love to get rid of 2 pair on the top, and then your jacks might actually be good against something on the bottom. Like if maybe he just had naked trips instead of the boat on the bottom. Barber has the 3 pair on top, and he has a bad open ender on the bottom, so he's going to fold.
And we can see he's ahead, but he should fold.
Yeah, we're going to the rivers. Like, it's a one-way hand. Clubs get there. What do you know? Clubs get there.
Oh, and Johnny's going
has
to
3/4
3/4 there.
He's got the clubs on top. He's got the boat on the bottom.
He's going to go for max value here. He's going to pot this.
8-10 in the middle. That is the most that Johnny can bet here.
8-10. He's going to get $400 here from Chris.
I think he's gone smaller. Makes it 500. Chris just calls. And Johnny going to get half of that call. And he's going to get half of what's in the middle.
Somebody that clubs?
He's going to get 3/4 in the middle.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. 3/4, but it gets 250
half
of that.
The wall and then 3/4 of the middle. That's right.
I think it's quarter.
Oh, the cat's talking about the optimizer versus biddy hand or biddy hand, the combo draw. Yeah, the combo draw has a lot of equity even against like a really big made hand. And so that is definitely a spot where you can be pressing the gas pedal on the earlier streets. And hopefully you just end it then and there. Or you get it in and you have a decent amount of equity. The problem is, as you break the street, you lose equity.
Good plan.
And we haven't seen Biddy play aggressive.
And not yet.
probably just been around.
They usually have like a list for all teams.
A lot of times in instructions, yeah, this guy was I was late. She said that I didn't do it.
All over. Saw your name on the list.
Just gotta get my man.
I don't think I fully died. I mean, I knew he played the tournament, but I don't think I.
I think we have Barber leaving.
It does appear that way. See if
He
we
didn't
find-
get he didn't get felted. Maybe he had to be somewhere. It's 9 o'clock almost. Maybe the Cowboys are losing and he's a fan.
see if,
Hey, I couldn't play poker right after the Eagles lost. I mean, I did because I played last night, but
Biddy raises it up to 30 with his pocket fours, and Uncle T with 6 is going to make the call. And MH has ace king, and I doubt he's calling. I suspect that he's going to increase the price. He will make it 150. And Biddy just folds the 4s. Uncle T makes the call. We got a coin flip here, ace king versus 6s. And 6s very decisively outflop the ace king. Top set for Uncle T.
there is a flush draw, so he should bet this.
$200.
It's pretty good sizing there. Ace King could look it up once, hoping to spike it, but he doesn't want that.
If Biddy kept himself out of trouble here, he would have had a gut shot and not a very scary board for 4s. And he's going to totally sidestep that. And that's even more 6s. Uncle T now has
Such a obviously such a great card because it's less likely he had the 6. Oh, he just needed him to get an ace.
And, you know, if this were Thursday, Uncle T could make some money here. Unfortunately, it's not Thursday yet, so the quads of the day are not 6s. And he's going to have to settle for
He goes
whatever's in the
really
pocket,
small
250.
here. It's really
and
small.
MH could call with ace high, and he's going to call with ace high. And 4 behind beats that.
Sometimes.
I like that first one. The second one.
In the games we spread.
except when we have no limit tournament on Sunday.
That is
No
true.
limit
Yes.
on Sunday, ace high beats 4 behind.
Yeah, you're going for the worst hand,
No,
right?
yeah. What I said, don't make royals. And the ace always plays high. So if you end up with 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we call the ace a 1 sometimes. You don't have a straight because the ace plays high. You have ace perfect.
Say something nice, Dante. Say something nice.
Fun fast.
Yeah, I'm not going to win this thing.
Ace always plays high. You don't want an ace. That's the important thing here. You don't want an ace.
You don't want an ace and you want low cards that don't connect
She
to a
played the
straight.
first day.
Yes.
And in between the sessions, they drove back to
That's
San Antonio,
easy.
played heads up until
If you have,
played the Saturday
if you have a
like
7 and a deuce, you'll never make a straight. If you have an 8 and a deuce, an 8 and a 3, you'll never make a straight.
Optimize.
And so on.
Play.
Which is kind of useful to know. It's more useful to know if you're playing
Take quad 60s.
Wow.
Y'all are over there.
Well, I will let you know how I do.
I'm sure I'll be seeing that winner photo in my feed Sunday night.
Oh, I just got lucky.
You heard he's a tiger in that?
I say
But
tight
in
ass.
general,
It's
in
how
a
it
single
works.
draw, we're not
Yeah, he
drawing
does
3
have a
cards ever, and we're hardly ever drawing 2 cards unless we're like defending big blind or something.
Because that's weakness? Or that
It
means
is
you
weak.
have,
It
yeah.
is absolutely on the weaker side,
No,
and
it
it's going to
is.
be harder to believe that you got there. And in those spots, I tend to either fold or bluff.
As long as, like I said, as long as you got a shoehorn.
Second one's a lot more fun.
So bad. I hope my mom's not watching.
And what's fun here is 2 players turning an open-ended
I went
straight
to
draw.
visit her. She's like 84. She's real curious about my poker.
Optimize has
2 pair. He's going to raise this up. He's not going to let them
And
get
like
there.
it popped up and there was 15 to 50.
The pot is so small, now we're seeing it kind of balloon up here a little bit.
Well,
That's like the one where they
Be interesting to see what Kevin does. He is first to act, so does he just want to call and be?
he's getting great odds, 35.
Yeah, I'm just saying, does he want to
Mom,
raise?
we got like 180.
I can get on board with
It's not- it's-
The price is just too good, and you're blocking in that hard draw.
I told her not to watch it though.
And
She's so tired with her money.
You're not going to make me straight anyway.
She's just gonna freak her out.
Kings and fives, good for Optimize.
Yeah, Optimize is like, somebody's got to flush. Why did you guys call? The obvious draw got there.
Alright. That's a nice way to end it. Pretty cool.
Everyone checks because that's what we do tonight.
Never played football in high school or college. Played soccer.
Optimize taking that one.
Never played in college.
Yeah, he played after college.
Yeah. Yeah, he played in the whatever the USFL or whatever. Yeah, except, well, I don't know, it's US.
All right, VPIPs, MH is by far the leader here. Biddy at 18%, so he's above your line.
Above the line.
Yeah, he
Hopefully
played.
he's above the line.
It's,
They taught him like the mechanics of not just kicking really freaking hard. I heard him interview. Now he's great.
Amazing. We have these VPIPs and everybody's saying the players are playing too tight. How does that work? They're playing a third of the hands. What more do you want?
yeah, we got players 38%, 51%. I think when they tune into TCH, you typically see several players above 50%. That's true, and several players above 60.
We see,
I'm
we
just
see a bunch of, we want to see all the money getting blasted on the later streets. I would agree, Red Reaper, where we could see some more blasting on the later streets, but hey, we have a re-raise from Chris, and that's fun too. I do think that there's way too many pots that are just checking down, at least based on something slightly more optimal. Uncle T with the pair of nines here, outflapping Chris, who is going to say, hey, I can have overpairs, and you probably don't have anything on 944 anyway. Let's be real.
yeah,
Except
I mean,
he does have something, and he's going to check raise. He's going to click it to 150.
Welcome to the table.
and, but is Uncle T ever in there with a ace four maybe? Would be the only thing with that, given the pre-flop action. I mean, this is really not just, it's not Chris Knight tonight.
Uncle T going to take that one, and he's going to show the 9. He's going to say, I'm not messing around. I got a 9.
Put in Smith.
We got a new player joining us in seat 5.
Take a look at who that is. Seat 5 is not in the list yet.
Smith is the name that this player is using.
Well, I'm not familiar with that person. Well, let me take a look at the face here.
660 total. Say it again. 660 total. 660 total.
Wherever the face is, I'm going to call him Smith because the screen says Smith, and I'm just going to run Burgundy, whatever's on that screen.
No, I've never seen Ron Burgundy.
You've never seen Ron Burgundy? Well,
I see it show up in all the
The whole the guy's an anchorman, right?
Anchorman is. I haven't seen Anchorman.
The whole setup to everything that happens. Like if somebody wants to sabotage him, and they get control of the teleprompter. He just reads whatever's on the teleprompter, and instead of saying "Stay cool, San Diego" or whatever it is, he ends up saying on air, "Go F yourself, San Diego." And that's obviously a clear limited rule in broadcasting.
Oh, Johnny with 10s again.
And this is
Oh, no, that's a
a
different
really
person.
unfortunate 3-bet for MH, who has ace-8 and goes for the 3-bet. And it's going to hear from Sean's ace-king undoubtedly. Sean having
And Johnny also
ace-king.
with a big pocket pair.
Could have some action here.
Sean's got to go with the race. He is out of position here, so
He just
how much is he going to make it? Oh, he just
called, which is a little surprising. And Johnny going, especially against MH. Johnny going to call as well.
I saw an ace.
I saw an ace too. So MH potentially in some trouble here.
I like Sean's check there.
Top
MH
pair for
is
MH, topper pair for Sean. And he's going to check to the 3-better in a 3-bet pot.
perfect.
I'm not at all surprised that Sean checked because that's an normal thing to do. And 140 c-bet from MH, which is totally the normal thing to do on an ace-high flop when you're 3-better. Sean gonna call and keep.
Doesn't it look like he's got
And
a
he has the
diamond
king of
draw?
diamonds as well.
He looks like it's a diamond draw for Sean.
So there's no turns he's afraid of.
This is gonna be a tough
Except
series.
that one you should probably be a little bit worried about because MH has outturned him.
For us, or for them to
Eights
take two and
and
then
aces and eights. The
Especially
Dead
that
man's
first,
hand.
what were we, 3 and 10,
MH.
2 and 10?
Wild
Have
Bill
Sean
Hickok.
going almost dead here, and he checks now.
we're better on the road.
Yeah,
Yeah, now Sean's gonna bet this.
That's a very tough
350, something like that.
275 it looks like.
Thank you.
Somebody's like, well,
And
they said that the odds if you win the first two, I'm like, I don't even want to hear it.
calls.
The odds are.
Wait, what? So, no, that's not what happened. That's not what happened. So I have a note from production here.
Rivals in the
So,
ALCS. I told somebody
MH mucked his hand, as you just saw on the screen. He mucked his hands. So MH clicked in the call chip and Sean tabled his hands. MH mucked his hands. MH's hand is dead. Sean actually is the winner of that high.
Did he have ace-8?
No, the graphics say yes. We don't know. We don't know if he actually had
I told
ace-8.
somebody last night,
But
Yeah, I don't think he, although you don't see
we have
that.
seen a winner erroneously mucked. We saw what happened a
all
few
you can
weeks
do
ago.
is hope for the
Somebody
best.
erroneously mucked a winner.
Proved it.
I'd be surprised if he mucked two
But it was
pairs.
only two.
I'd also be a
yeah,
little
but he only
surprised
gave
if he
it
didn't
2
raise
runs,
two
so our
pairs.
best one.
Well, he can't muck two pair because he called. And then,
Back in that
Well,
game.
yes, you can because the winning player.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean,
It's theoretically possible, but it's unlikely.
Jordan
And
Tucker going
in any case,
1 for 19
hand number
postseason.
69 goes Sean's way,
that's
not MH's way.
that's on-
And this will screw up our chip
fucking
counts
3
for
bets.
sure, but that's like.
We got fun. I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, no, it's not. By no
I learned
means.
that in the St. Louis World Series. You know, we were down to 1 out.
all right, we have Smith here is going to.
That's kind of limp in there from the small blinds with the 6-3
I just
suited.
laid on my kitchen floor for like half hour.
And
I mean, I was telling them I worked
Chris
for the
makes it
Rangers
50 and Biddy with
when
the
I was
ace
14
king.
years old, and I
Yeah, we're
broke
going to
my
see a
bike.
raise here, obviously.
Really?
Yeah.
I think you should go kind of big on this.
200 is what I like.
Yeah.
That to finally, after all those years, I wore my jersey.
I think he's going to go a little bit more modest. The problem with this is Chris is never going to fold.
Not now. Not for $90 more.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, even Smith could call, I guess, with the 2-gapper there, but
Like I would not make that call myself.
I wouldn't have complete. I mean, I probably wouldn't even complete. I would either raise the small blind or fold it because you're always first to act, and that's just not a spot you want to be in unless you get to smash the flop.
Call. And it's Chris getting out of the way with the dominated king.
Well, look who's doing the raising, right? Did he? I mean, he's got to be strong. Yeah, he's got to be strong.
6-3, both suited. King and all diamonds, and nobody has diamonds.
Would have been better if it was all hearts.
Would have certainly made for better TV.
Yeah. Come on, the people in the chat want it.
They want you to go broke. We're sorry they've ordained it. There's nothing we can do. And checks over to Biddy. We'll see if he decides to bet here.
I think
You
you
wouldn't mind-
have to bet here.
If you could bet here, you don't mind if he folds a 3 of diamonds or something.
He goes way small.
I can get behind this. Here's
Oh,
saying
Smith goes all in.
never mind. Check jam.
I was
What
about
do
to
we know? What do we know? He's going to check jam. Biddy's going to call.
Here we
And
go.
Smith is all kinds of hosed here. Backdoor straight or backdoor 2-pair of trips.
This was ill-advised.
Oh my God.
They're gonna
You
go.
wanted it. You wanted it, chat. There's a jack, and Smith loses. Second run out. And
He loses.
Smith loses. Smith going to get stacked here by Biddy. Smith check jamming on the total bluff. Drawing basically dead. Back in the day, we called that the esteemed opponent of the night.
Yeah, that really was. And that 6-3 is the J stack.
That is the J stack. That's
J.
right.
That's the J stack. You guys don't remember? J-Stack's a VIP here
Yeah, go back,
on some older
go back
streams.
in our archives, watch some of those old shows. We got them all on our YouTube channel.
Uh-oh.
Minor hiccup on our
there it goes,
computer.
there it
It does this sometimes, though. It's okay. Yeah, hard to think TCH's Live has been on the air almost 4 years now.
Yep, it was the first poker that I ever watched when I first started playing.
And you're still playing.
And I'm still.
We were part of your introduction to poker.
Yeah, I remember.
I was part of your introduction
I
to poker.
I
oh my
remember.
God, and you're still playing this game.
And I remember my very first time I played here.
The rest is history.
It's so funny. The screen never freezes when Kristen's at the stream. Oh, you heard that? I apologize.
It's frozen on Kristen's watches many times.
I know.
Just
Not
record
Seth.
Here. No, in those days it's just plain crash.
Where is?
I don't know. Not here.
All right, let me go way back.
have the
Super
old
producer Carolyn. There you go.
Oh, it crashed tons of times. Like, but she was running.
It crashed
the show
because
back
he
when-
always came back here and crashed
Yeah,
it.
back when I first took over in the booth after Mike left, Carolyn was running the show back then, and we went through a stretch where it was crashing constantly. Not her fault, but it was crashing constantly.
It was the old system, right?
It was the old system.
I miss the old table. Not the middle one with the black and white.
Giant table.
The old one, yeah. That was really like a king size bed.
Biddy's ace queen. Smith wants to go another round with Biddy here. Biddy flopping aces and tens here. Smith flopping absolute nothing, and we'll see if he decides to incinerate some more money. He does have a pot-sized bet left behind.
Oh, Biddy's trying to set him up for another bluff here.
Come on, do it, do it. Goes for 100, or just 75. He verbalized 75.
Nah, just jam here. He's only got.
I just call.
He's only got 300 behind. Not even 300.
Yeah, and he can put the rest of it in on the turn. If I raise now, all his bluffs get to fold. I'm calling here. We're going to give him a chance to bluff, and that's what's going to happen here.
Put a queen out there. Queen would be great.
And what do you know? He put the rest of it in, and he's going to get snapped again.
Drawing dead. I just don't understand. I'll save that.
I don't understand this move either, Dante. I don't understand.
I got ace queen.
You got aces.
No, I have top pair, and I remember what happened 2 minutes ago. And so Smith's drawing dead. They're going to go twice, but it's academic.
Well, the rest of the table's noticing this, right? It's like, this guy keeps.
Yeah, the steam.
Check bluff, check bluff.
I think Smith might be seeing the red mist here.
Yeah, and the problem is Smith is not buying in deep, so it's really hard for him to make moves at all. Because no one can lose. Lose a lot of money there, so he's just buying in shallow, and then he's trying to be aggressive and bluff and make moves, but you can't do that on a $300 stack when everybody else is sitting on $3,000. It just
well, I would be curious what Biddy would have done there if he would have had, say, Queen 9. Like if he would have had Queen 9, then
I think he folds, right? But
exactly, and Queen 8.
Yeah, well, what I'm saying is you don't need to risk a shallow stack.
Then you probably just bomb it all at once. It's not like we're trying to preserve our tournament life.
Yeah,
here,
just
right?
get it in pre-flop then. Just get it in pre-flop. Yeah. And I don't know if you guys are seeing this, but our screen is frozen.
They're not seeing.
Oh, there we are.
I just lost it entirely. Mel, it went back to the booth, and I don't have the table feed at all. Stand by. We do have some technical problems here. Okay, it's coming back. I have the table feed again. I'm going to press the little switch that I think turns the table back on. Okay, so you should see the tables now. And
turn ours off.
I'm going to turn our little...
Sucked in by the bracelets and the big side. Yeah. I want to win some bracelets. What was that? live, like
Okay,
5,000.
I'm gonna add our faces. You can see our faces now, and I'm gonna see if I can
do like 11
do
round
anything.
Oh.
Okay, you're seeing our faces, and you're. Let's go the other way.
20, yes, sir. 8 calls, 9.
I played the main this year. It's just all like a
Commentators are having problems.
good action. And
So-
made 3 and got a full
But you're in there, that's a lot of fun.
Okay. Okay, so what happened was the
It was a grind. I never like played a big pot.
Yeah.
Kristen's in here. She's gonna fix it. Yeah.
Oh, here's Kristen. If you guys can see her,
That's the
she's gonna
button, okay.
she's gonna
That's the
join
button.
us. Join us for the commentating.
All right.
No, no, no.
Nice fix. Thank you so much, Kristen. You see, that's the one button I'm not trained to press, and so that's
Next week,
That's
Mel
the-
and Kristen in the booth.
so we press the maximize button, and
All
now
right.
we have the video working again.
Let
Sorry
us
for
know in the
hiccup
chat
there.
if you can hear us all right, or if you can see the video, or whatnot. But you do get to see Kristen.
Yeah, a little cameo there. One of our excellent production staff here.
All right, we have 2 players hitting an ace. This is most likely going to be a chop pot. The 7 still
Unless the heart
plays.
comes in.
Unless the heart comes in. And then Johnny just takes it all. Well, A7 will do it.
Aces and sevens for Sean. Not the best hand.
Although that
anyway.
board is pretty connected. It's flushes there, straights there.
I bet 150.
2 bear. 2 bear.
Okay, now it's set the way it was. I gotta remember, this is the button.
Oh yeah.
A long time ago, I knew how to turn. I knew how to go to the camera shot, and we just something said shot now. So that's the button. Okay.
Nope.
Eight out.
Well, I mean, we got exactly what we deserved, though, with all the talk about the stream crashing nonstop.
I think we're in a bomb pot here.
It does appear that way.
We have about 45 minutes left. We will probably end on a bomb pot.
Queen of Diamonds exposed.
Exposed burner.
That'll be our first burn card. Queen of Diamonds. Well, Queen of Diamonds wouldn't have been all that useful anyway.
Yeah.
A
So
5 would be pretty useful. A king would be pretty
Pocket
useful.
Kings would be the hand.
That would be the most useful. Sean has 1. I see a lot of checking. I doubt.
Yeah, I didn't
5.
see any. I didn't see a 5. It doesn't mean there isn't one.
7 and 8 of spades.
6, 7 of spades. Anybody?
Spades on the bottom.
Oh, Kevin has a 5. No friend. That's all he has.
Yeah, and a 10 kicker, which he's not going to buy. Chris with a set of jacks going to make it 50.
7 fold.
Sean's going to call. He's got a king and he's got some straight. He's got kings and eights on the bottom. Smith with the bluff draw and the wrap on the top. And the spades get there on the bottom. It's going to be set of jacks for Chris on top. And it's going to be kings and eights for Sean on the bottom. We did see those tricks go away.
Which is perfectly understandable. Folding that. You have that on the top. Your 5 may not even be good. In a bomb pot, it's never. Trips sound like it's a great idea, but if you don't have a friend with it, you have nothing on the
no
other board.
kicker and no boat.
Yeah, oftentimes it's just a losing call.
especially when a flush can come in as well. Well, the cat, sorry about the tech problems. I'm sure we would have fewer problems if we spent $1 million. We don't have $1 million, unfortunately. We'd have different problems, though.
Well, I think all the money on this stream really goes to pay for the commentators.
Yeah, I'm just rolling in the. I just bought another Ferrari with my paycheck.
Just kidding.
I don't do this for the money, trust me. Darn, they're still just paying you in Diet Cokes, right?
Yeah.
Didn't know what you want to that.
I was sitting next to somebody last night. I was really upset about the Eagles being play poker. That's the best time to play poker, by the way, is when you're emotionally upset.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, you got to play on tilt.
Yeah, I sat next to somebody who couldn't have been more than 23, 24. It's a 1-2, right? And he's like, he had a Lamborghini hat. And he's like,
Okay.
someone asked, I just got a Lamborghini. And one of the players said, and I go, well, I haven't picked it up yet.
Club draw for Kevin here. And hair on a gutter for Smith.
Smith? Yeah, he's got the gutter.
Top hair. Something for most of these players.
We've seen this type of flop and holding a lot tonight, but no aggression with it. Right? No one realizing equity. No one really kind of pushing the action. Kevin's definitely going to do that. Although he's definitely a bit really small here. Sean definitely is going to call. Did you even see Johnny calling with backdoor equity?
I think once everybody calls, Johnny probably goes away. That's just my prediction. So Smith calls, Jordan. Okay, you're right. Johnny's
well, because I think with more people calling, there's more money. So I think he kind of gets some draws here. Well, that's it.
How about Kevin turns the nuts? How about that?
We'll see if Kevin wants to slow down.
Sean and Smith both open-ended, but also both dead. Kevin gonna win.
Kevin's probably thinking, what's the best way to get more money in this spot? I think checking would be, but sometimes even though when the draw gets there, checking looks strong. Sean can still call here, right? You can't always put everybody on the nuts here, and he's drawn to it straight as well.
He's got the top end. More ways, you're a little bit more worried about the club. Obviously, the bottom end can just go away here. And hopefully short doesn't hit the straight, and this does not hit the straight. So it's going to save some money here.
Yeah, he really needed something else there. This is actually a good card for him because now he can just fold. I don't see him calling any bet here.
Yeah, this will save us some money. Kevin bet a bunch of money in 675 is a number. A grip, I have no idea how Streamlabs decides who to zap for using this symbol. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't set that up. I don't get that either.
Yeah, I mean that's not something we don't even. Yeah, that's not something we know anything about.
Kyle Frisbee wondering about the best poker announcers of all time. I'm going to go with the third choice. I'm going to say Aline Nishad. If we're talking about traditional play-by-play people, I'm going to say Aline Nishad.
It depends what you're looking for in a poker commentator.
If we're talking about a live streamer, like a Twitch type streamer, I'm going to say Jason Summerfield.
But I think nostalgic-wise, won't Chad?
I've battled with Norman Chad a number of times.
Every time you hear his voice, you think,
just a couple weeks ago when I was out in Sacramento, I was playing with Norman Chad in some of those mixed tournaments. And he took a bunch of my chips in Omaha 8 or better. Like, I flopped way too many outs. and I got none of those outs. And that's not cheap.
I've never played with Norman Chow. I saw him last time I was in Vegas because it was the World Series.
He knocked me out of the dealer's choice last year in the World Series. On day 2, well into day 2.
So you don't like him?
I like him just fine.
Oh, wait a minute.
He got
MH.
2 pair versus bottom pair and open ender.
MH is not that far behind. You would think he would be, but he's really banking on that straight here. Yeah, Chris is going to have to bet big here.
Enough commentary on commentators. It's time to do commentary on poker.
I probably watch more poker live streams than anybody.
Yeah.
Just because that's what I do all day. You know who I enjoy? Everybody's going to say I like that person. I like Bart Hansen.
He has informative content. He was part of the show back in the early days.
Yes, he was.
And MH going for the check raise up to 325, thinking his pair of 9s is not good.
I love that play. That's such a good
If
play.
Chris had just 1 pair, this might even work.
Yeah.
Chris having 2 pair, I'm less sure that this is going to work.
Yeah, Chris is like, how do you have King 10 or 10-8 here? Are you on a club draw? Would you really just raise me there? Then you want me to still bet that on the river? So I think that's why Chris called this. What Chris is not going to do, he's not going to re-raise.
Yeah, the depth on his back is going to say, well, how many 10s does he have where I block Jack 10 and 10-9?
Yeah.
Here we go. Hey, look at that. That's a 10, which is going to be 2 pair for MH, which is not how he was hoping to get there.
Yeah.
Because that is not a winning way to get
This
there.
is
But
really,
this is bluffable too. If you think there's a world where Chris doesn't have a king, because this is a really bad river for Jack 9.
I don't think anybody's going to bluff this. I mean, I'm almost always wrong. I don't think anybody's going to bluff this. And you might think, well, both players have 2 pairs. We should see a lot of money, but we're 4 to a straight right now, so
yeah,
it's going to go check like almost all the time.
So if we don't think our 2 pair is good, we could bluff.
Yeah, I would.
It's a possibility we have to think.
No.
Especially if you have like a bottom 2 like that.
I think it'd be hard to bluff MH.
Okay, so we've established that your Twitch and probably your YouTube are just purely focused on poker.
Well, I don't watch Twitch. I watch exclusively YouTube.
You
Right?
watch the YouTube streamers. So,
yeah, all of them.
So like a Kmart type of a streamer then.
Yeah, I watch. Yeah, well, I watch. I used to watch vloggers. That was my thing.
Okay.
Now I watch all the streams. You know. I'm not going to be naming them, but I watch pretty much all of them. Fine line.
Registration for our $2,000 guarantee. $20 rebuy tournament. This is just adds up as the client we might have a little bit of an overlay today, so there is a little extra value in there. If you would like to enter, this will be the last call.
The other guy, Kyle,
Last call, if you would like to enter our tournament.
To be clear, like I haven't bid what with that other stream in town. Like I like those guys and I get along with those guys.
Yeah, I used to play all their streams too, but they've gotten so big where you have to buy in for $50K now.
Yeah, they're running a different race than we are.
Yeah, so I can't play those streams anymore. So Frank says, eyebrow, face, orange rays. I'm assuming that's supposed to be an emoji.
I think that those are probably emojis that, well, they don't render on our web browser. They would render in YouTube. But they're not rendering.
Oh yeah, if I open this up at all.
Like our stream setup, like we look at the chat and the video in a web browser on some other page. We're not looking on YouTube. So that's also where we have these fun buttons to screw with what camera is what, and we put those graphics up. And Sean's still ahead here with his 10.
Yeah, but I don't mind seeing a fold here. I mean,
MHD Razor is going to continue to tell a story, and that'll get the job done. are well into power hour here. Are
Yes,
you
we
feeling
are.
the power?
I am. I'm feeling the power. I want to see Uncle T get in there. He's been a little quiet. I want to see Biddy. Let's get some of these guys in there. Smith, I want to see Smith pull a win here. He's tried those two back-to-back bluffs, or right around there. And
Hey, you can't say he hasn't tried.
yeah, he's trying to. So he doesn't have much behind though. It's gonna be tough for him.
Oh, you can make him C5.
Well, I think what's a short stack. I mean, since he's bluffed twice, he can get a hand. He can get double up easy. But he's only got 600 behind. Biddy is starting to play more hands now. Did he fold the 8-7 of clubs?
Well, with this much action and with this depth, I don't blame him. First need is 75.
I might have called
over
the
20.
8-7 of clubs.
Yeah, I
See a
just
flop.
don't think you quite have the right price. And the other problem is, if you get re-raised, you have to.
Well, Smith calls.
Yeah, we're gonna go heads up here. Like you don't know if somebody's gonna wake up with a hand behind you.
Yeah.
And that'll be a gutter for Smith.
Chris is going to see bet just, but we've seen Smith. No, he's not going to see bet. We've seen Smith check jam.
We have. And so we're hoping he's going to go crazy here. Smith's actually turned the better hand though. He's got a pair of sixes. Check, check. Imagine if Smith bombs it now and he gets heroed by ace high. This is the time to do it.
Oh, he just
go check, check.
So
He's not gonna do it
Smith
this time.
makes his hand, he improves, and he just checks. He misses, he woofs it horribly, and just jams. Went to showdown. Smith at 83%. Well, he's going to play a few hands. He's definitely got to showdown a few times.
And versus Trent with the 20 on. Smith's not putting the 10 on. There he goes. He's putting the 10 on. 5, 10, 20. Red Ducks. Ace of 20. I see Biddy's fan club has shown up in the chat. He's partaking in this hand. He's had an okay night. He hasn't had a lot of cards to work with, but he's found a few spots here and there. Nobody finding a favorable flop here. Everyone checks. Ace of spades, which normally would help somebody. Johnny has picked up the spade. Everyone checks. Johnny has a flush. And Johnny's not going to make another penny, probably. He's got to try. $25, get the old college try, but Uncle T's the only other. Oh, no, Chris has a pair too. Nobody actually has a hand, so make the flush and win the absolute because that's just how it is tonight. Like there's a rule we're not allowed to have more than one player have a hand tonight.
Yeah, we don't see a lot of big hands running into each other. We have Sam Bittner here. He's a fan of Diddy. Sam, are you from the New York area as well?
Yeah, right.
Diddy has been quiet, but he is up, though. He's winning money, so he's a profit player.
Not had a lot of cards, but he has found some spots.
You have to get one card back.
Made some big spots. And that's just how it goes sometimes.
So the game is tied in Dallas, or Dallas in LA. I thought it'd be a high-scoring game.
So Uncle T is ahead here with his mystery hand. He has at least top pair. Smith in the middle there. Doesn't help Smith.
Yeah, they tried.
That night you're talking about. He told
Wild card.
Price, and the price is right according to Uncle T. Smith needs a corner 5. Does not get it.
It's like a terrible card for him. He can't load up that king now with a shove here.
Uncle T going for the value here. Smith going to call because he's got a pair.
Was that a value bet or a blocker bet?
9-6 is what Uncle T had.
So he had the gut shot. Oh yeah, huh?
9-6. We
Oh.
the hands.
Okay, I was like, that. I thought I saw 9-6.
I'm surprised the computer even allows that graphic to be a thing. The things that I noticed don't give me one for, right? They're saying Uncle T wins. And
Oh, Sam is his brother.
okay, there we go. I figured there was some relation there.
So Sam, does well, I know there's no legal poker in New York as of now.
Yeah,
Right?
there's casinos.
There's casinos now?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think we got sidetracked. I was going to say, like, it's more upstate, like downstate, they're starting to take bids for casinos.
Because I'm thinking of what, Foxwoods? That's pretty far there.
That's Connecticut.
Yeah, I know it's Connecticut, but it's far.
I'm thinking more like Boston.
I only know the one in Vegas.
I couldn't even tell you where it is. I just know it exists. And then there's some places that are just slots, like some casinos that are just slots. Well, like downstate doesn't really have full casinos yet in the sense of like pits and of course there's sports books. And
Biddy, speaking of Biddy, he's going to flop the nut flush draw here. Flopping strong. Sean's going to c-bet this.
65 from Sean. Where's Biddy going to go here?
All options are available except folding.
Full option has plenty of equity, and Uncle T's going to come along with his gutter.
Yeah, that is ambitious there for Tom, Uncle T.
8 of hearts or chaos. What do you say?
Yeah, but I think Uncle T gets away from the because you have multi-way. Someone's got a hard draw.
Queen of hearts for chaos. What do you say?
How about an off? How about just an 8?
I win.
How about an ace for chaos?
That's even better. That's good. That's good.
Sean and Biddy both turning top pair. Hey, I'm trying to get blood in the streets here.
Sean
out.
should bet this, and he should make it full pot. I would go big. You got 2 players. Somebody's on a hard draw for sure.
And there's a straight draft there as well.
Yeah, you just. It looks like he goes for the small. 135, 140. Yeah.
And the fun thing is, if somebody has nut hearts, you have to race it.
I think, yeah, you just want to get those draws.
Because we would have heard from Ace King pre-flop probably.
Yeah.
Biddy gonna call again.
You got some new intel
here.
that gives it a little more in there. Probably has it now.
3 or heart. Bro, 8 of spades.
Tom would have got there. He knows it too. I was like, oh.
Because it's the best story I've heard in the poker world.
Maybe he just got bored one day.
He's just totally big, bro.
Here he's got the top pair. Check.
Oh, and check.
And Sean's going to take that.
So Sam is saying they're Casinos Del Lago.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with the Rochester area so much. I've heard of Turning School.
I've heard of Turning School.
That was the other place I know. The name escaped me. In fact, I was talking to a traveling dealer a couple of weeks ago at one of the circuit events. She was installing the rope up there. And it's like, maybe make my way. So I'm from Long Island. neither of those venues would really count so much for me unless I like.
That's why I take
Made another multi-hour trip after.
That's the case, but the story doesn't go for value.
Yeah, so I'm from New York, but I've never actually played in the state of New York. So I left New York years ago. I've been in Texas about 7 years now. I've been here a couple of years too.
Johnny's like, let me open up here. We only got like 40 minutes. I like Kevin's hand. Everybody's got each other's outs here. This could be a fun flop here if we can get some sort of
Get the low cards.
3, 4, 5 would be amazing. Would be amazing.
That would work.
It's not bad. That's not horrible. I don't like the 10. But you see, well, no one really has a draw. 8, 7.
Got a couple of players in pairs, and
We're going to need to see a 6 on the turn here. 6, 7, 4, something like that.
I'll step 35. Kevin, I think Kevin's the only one who can 65.
Yeah, I mean,
Or he could raise. He could do that too. 125, he says, I don't believe you. Johnny's with a weak middle pair and some backdoors. Makes the call, gonna take another card. I think he's out of here if he doesn't improve here. And he does not improve that much. He picks up the gutter. Is that enough?
it's a really bad one.
That's the wrong end of it. I don't know if this will be enough. Check.
Rennes says touchdown Dallas.
Well, the deuce of clubs doesn't work either. Check.
Yeah, I don't surprise Kevin checked that. He's got showdown value.
Apparently Dallas scored. I don't have the game on tonight. I'm not looking to see how much battery YouTube is going to suck down on my phone this time. That YouTube TV app uses a lot of battery. Don't cancel us, YouTube.
Dak pressed Brandon Cooks.
I remember when he played for New Orleans.
Yeah, he was drafted by New Orleans first round. Then he went to the Rams for one season. Then the Patriots, where he played the Eagles in the Super Bowl and got knocked out by Michael Jenkins. Then he was with the Houston last year. Been around. DJ like Daniel Negreanu?
No, I think DJ like T-Jen or a gambler.
Oh, okay. I'm just
You're
like...
thinking of D-Negs.
D-Negs, yeah. I was like, sounds good. All right, Yates is showing up here again by Johnny. Optimizing. Very quiet. It says, hey, yo. Is that from Scott Hall? That's a rattle for ball wrestling. Ooh. I should bet this while he still has the draw. He should bet this. Yeah.
Thank you. He's betting the turn and he doesn't have a made hand and he's betting the turn. Finally, somebody did that tonight. 175.
Yeah. This son of a biscuit.
I still think Johnny should call. You're only worried about the 10. You're not worried about trips here, I don't think. You are worried about an overpair, maybe.
And he can definitely have it.
Yeah, he could, but most likely
He's telling it for me.
doesn't.
He can have ace jack.
You have ace jack. That's a little tougher. So I think a call is fine if he chooses to do that.
Broadway card of some kind. That's a Broadway card of some
That
kind.
is
Johnny with
terrible.
repair.
That is terrible.
Johnny
Counterfeited.
Johnny with repair, which is too many. Optimize has a king that plays. Jackson 10's with a king. Will be Jackson 10's with a king. It gets the show out. Johnny checks, Optimize checks, and he's going to win.
Thought that might happen.
Well, they got you, Pat. Side conversation.
I never. I would love to do that.
A couple years ago with the WSOP, he was seated next to me in the no limit deuce, and like my face has been on his blood for like 2 seconds, like once or twice. He was logged the series. Okay, so Biddy plays poker. Dejan's Irish, but Biddy plays poker. So Biddy has a poker series, and yeah, it just hasn't. The algorithm hasn't shown up to me, and it hasn't shown it to me.
And I watch. That's all I watch are poker vlogs and.
All right, well.
Haven't seen any heard of it.
Yeah. No, that's something to look into. That's some more.
Hey, Rob. 6 raise. 7.
I think I'm really famous. I played with Doug.
That's channeling your inner Doug.
2 times. I played with all the vloggers. Right? Mike Manisal. I played with Mike Manisal.
Yeah, I think I've done one episode.
He was so not.
I photobombed his vlog too.
It was a 5-10 game at another club. He was so disinterested. Like he was on his. He just didn't even care about the game about poker. He just.
I don't think he's heard anything.
It's like this game's too small for him or something.
I mean, he's the best player according to him. So.
Well, yeah. No, all of PLO.
Oh wow.
He told us that at the table. I remember him saying that. I was like, oh. I got to interview him too on the stream. Came in.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
And that's where he said that no one could beat him.
Yeah.
Right on the
It's a bold
stream.
assumption.
I'm like, okay. Oh, I didn't see. I'm not going to do it.
400. It's followed by the 10s. And look at that, the 10s flop is set.
And
Biddy
Optimize
sitting
got
with
a
top
piece.
set, Optimize with bottom pair and a back door. This is looking up for Biddy.
Optimize is practically drawing dead. I guess he could get us back. He could run a runner straight or run a runner quad. I mean, I think
yeah, he could backdoor quads.
he's going to go big here.
That can happen. That
Biddy is licking his chop. Not only is Biddy so strong here, he's got the 10 of spades. So, most likely the spades will come.
And I mean, yes, draws are a thing, but I think I just flat and
100%.
happens.
And look how big the pot is.
We don't want to scare him off.
Red flag there for Blake.
The 7 of hearts is going to give Optimize the heart draw and the gutter. So a little bit of a scare bug there.
Yeah, this, I mean, now Optimize is not going anywhere, right? He's got a
Now
gut
he has
shot.
too many outs.
He's got a gut shot, a pair. He might think a 4 is good. He gets that. Now he's got the flush draw. So this could be, I could see him making a full pot size bet. Oh,
Or
he
can
checks
check,
it.
And then he's going to bet. I wonder if Optimize is considering some sort of check shove, which is not going to work. We know that.
Well, we know that Biddy should bet here. There's so many draws out there.
Yes.
He basically has it's almost as strong as just a pair, right? I mean,
we gotta make those draws pay to see that river card.
Go big.
And yeah, we could go on the bigger side here.
I'd go 800,000, something like that.
650.
Very milky.
I like the 650. Like it would leave a little over half pot behind.
Can't optimize. Optimize is not falling. He can go all in here.
Optimize has gone all in, and Biddy is going to snap him quite hard. How many times are we going to go here?
This is the Biddy show tonight.
A heart or a 5 for Optimize. King of Spades will not do it. Biddy going to stack Optimize. Biddy of Biddy Plays Poker Fame on YouTube, apparently. And Biddy playing some poker tonight. Biddy having a big night. A massive night.
He's up 4K.
Without the K, he's
Thank you, man.
somebody who he had a big run in Dallas recently.
Okay.
I've seen him on Twitter.
I've seen his name before, yeah.
And here for Biddy. Well, wait that you're here, Slick. Don't anybody flag that for
I get why Optimize made that play. He had a lot of outs.
That's a fine check.
Yeah, that's a fine shove. A lot of people are thinking, well, he's only got a pair of 4s.
But he's turning it into
much.
a He knows he has a pair of 4s, and that's what he has. That's exactly why he left. Yeah, I think I've seen you out there on poker Twitter, Rick. I'm sure we'll end up flashing at the table someday. Well, I guess you're more of a Dallas guy. We're down here in Austin.
What's that?
Thank you, Rena, for joining us tonight. You have a good rest of your evening.
Yeah, thanks for being here, and everyone. Be sure to hit that like button if you haven't done so already tonight. That's a pretty likable hand, and by the way, Biddy now the big winner. And I don't know if MH's chip count is right anymore because of that pot between him and Sean where
he mucked his hand.
There was a hand that got mucked. We are on a bomb pot here. Ace 5-3 and 9-9-7. Some spades there. And Johnny with a gutter and a 7. Not a whole lot.
Again, I'm going to say I think I was really impressed with H's play tonight.
Oh, absolutely.
He was our most aggressive player. Oh, we have quads. Biddy with the quads.
Biddy with the quads.
And
so
he just
going to win the bottom
he bets
board.
20. That's actually more suspicious.
I see nobody with a straight flush draw, so we know who's going to win the bottom unless you. No, we can't get running kings because there's 3 kings spoken for. So
yeah,
Biddy's going to win the bottom.
Biddy needs to get a lot of players in his hand,
and that's exactly what he's going to do. Rick, if you want to get on the stream, just get a hold of TCH Austin. I think there's also a link in the video description here, and we can get you on this show. A queen and an 8 on the turn.
That's a great card for Biddy. Hopefully someone gets a straight there.
And Biddy actually has a heart draw on the top now, so he now has some scoop ability.
That's so small. How can you fold? This pot should be much bigger than it is.
Queens and 3s for Johnny. Thank you. Makes the call. And Smith is also going to call. He has an ace and he has a pair of kings, and that's all he's got. Hearts come in on the top. Hearts come in on the top for Biddy. Biddy in line to scoop.
Biddy,
here.
how do I get more money out of these guys?
Pot.
You just go pot, yeah. If they both fold, that's fine. But
Yeah. Now we want to get paid. We don't want to keep it multi-way. We want to get paid. We want to get paid, and that's what he's going to do. He's going to pot it. Johnny going to say no because his hand's a little bit too dusty. Smith made the call.
no, he did.
Yes, that's
What?
a call chip.
Oh,
That's a call
jeez.
chip. He made the call.
I'm sorry,
and
Smith.
Biddy with a huge scoop. What a hand. When it's your night, it's your night.
I can't believe you got a call. Actually, I'm shocked. 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 Okay.
I'm in a New York State.
Especially with Biddy. Biddy hasn't bluffed. He hasn't shown a bluff. He hasn't bluffed on the stream because, make no mistake, the players go back on the stream.
Oh, they will watch it.
They watch it on their little break, or they get people texting them. So
Nice.
probably Smith is probably thinking, well, my kings are good on one board, I guess. And the flush came in with the boat.
That was. I don't know how much experience he has with bomb pots. That's a hand that probably should not have proceeded beyond the flop. He has pocket sevens now, and he's going to roll in.
Well, he's going to get
He
called.
can do that, and Chris has ace jack suited, and he chooses to call. He doesn't try to isolate it at all. And Johnny with the king jack offsuit. I wouldn't. But he will.
I actually think king jack is the most overrated hand.
Oh, absolutely, especially offsuit.
Yeah, it's just.
I mean, we know somebody who loves the king jack of diamonds, but, you know, still overrated.
I'm rooting for Smith. Let's see a 7 on the flop. Ace, 7, king.
Well, he just needs to hold. Like he needs
That's
to get
true.
unders. He could just hold, which is a bit more suspenseful.
Well, it's over now.
Yeah,
He just flops a straight.
It's over.
Johnny flops.
Johnny with the
and
nuts.
that's why you play king jack.
Johnny
And we're
basically free rolling. Chris can make the same gutter. He could backdoor both theoretically. And Chris is going to continue because he has top pair, good kicker, and a gut shot.
All right, I think Johnny
He's gonna make it
raises this.
100.
Oh, he min clicked
That's
it?
a min click from Johnny, 200. And it's like, well, 100 more, and the pot's $1,000. And we can make the nuts. There's the 9, which is going to put up the open ender for Chris.
Yeah,
Of
I
course,
mean, it's
he
no
needs to
good. Yeah, he might think, well, you can get an 8 as well. The only thing that turn does for him is keeps him in the hand.
Yep, 300, and now he's on the hook for more, probably. Because you can't put somebody exactly on king jack.
No, but Johnny should have bet a little bit bigger with the hearts coming like
We're
that.
brewing here. Chris does make the call. So the river we go. 1,600 total, about 600 in the main.
Hey.
Oh! Boo! Boo this river. It's going to be an all-in and a call because they both have the nuts. So they're going to chop up the side and they're going to
I just feel bad for Smith, who knew with all that action in front of him, he knew he wasn't going to win.
Yeah. Well, I mean, forget the action. The moment he saw that flop, I think he knew he was
true.
toast. They could not have picked a worse river, though.
God, that was such a, yeah.
The people want chaos. The people want stacks getting shipped back and forth. And all they get are these damn chops. And I apologize on behalf of the random number generator.
They just chop up the
Yeah,
$100
yeah.
each.
The whole way.
Big hands.
Yeah.
look, right now we have the link just came in Streamlabs if you want to play on TCH LIVE Austin. But tell us, we can make that happen. And then you and the coach that I have a couple of friends with is, I'm sure happily break down his hands. Get some
That's part of the reason
definitely
I
watch
moved
it on
there,
YouTube
poker scene
because
started going, and I just started playing online.
I mean, my insights are,
Global, yeah.
you know,
Are great.
I think I'd actually come across you as seeing you on social media.
Yeah, it's funny, there is no, I honestly believe this, there is no right way to play poker. Right there, I mean, you can't, there's no, I mean, you can use math and that helps a little bit, but I don't think there's any right way to play poker. So when we say this and that, it doesn't mean it's the right way. It's just our opinion. It doesn't mean like, it's what I would do.
there are a few wrong ways.
Yeah, it's what I would do.
We got 9s and we got 10s. Sam in the chat plugging Diddy Plays Poker on YouTube. And I'll be sure to check that out as well. And yeah, that sounds like quite the story. And he's had himself a pretty good chapter to add to that story tonight. As we draw near the end here. A few more hands though.
Yeah, we got 3 more hands, including this one. We got 9s, 10s, and Jack 10. Could be interesting.
Yeah, let's try and get some middle cards here.
Yeah, Uncle T's calling a little light with the offsuit Jack 10. I see hearts. Somebody has hearts. So Uncle T has a heart. He's got backdoor combo draw. And that is not that king just kind of kills all the action.
Just get your butt kicked the whole year and it's not your fault.
The king is not the scariest of overcards.
At least tomorrow, actually.
Yeah.
Be a little bit more chill. Kevin is going to see that. Because he did raise him, he can have a king.
He has all the kings, right? I mean,
nobody has anything. So Kevin's going to take that one.
I got wrecked.
I still have a 5 one.
And we're going to head to the penultimate hand. Hand number 88. 89 hands.
Yep, we do know the last hand will be a bomb pot, which is the next hand. So we don't know the outcome, of course. We're watching it. You guys are watching.
Caesar's bought it.
We got 2 more hands.
We're 15 minutes. Yeah, they tell us, hey, this is the last hand. We're 15 minutes behind.
Big hotel.
They branded it Harris?
Yep.
All right, see if we can get any more chaos before tonight. And see if we can get any more quads before tonight.
Oh, gotcha.
I just heard about them.
You are my favorite quad person.
I
I tell the story all the time.
Yeah. Your favorite quad.
9s. I had 9s once too, but you had 9s on the stream.
Yes.
I say this all the time. And you said, before the hand was over, high hand.
Yeah, we had a high hand promo going on. And I told the guy, and I had it, and you know, save a little time.
Before the guy threw his cards out. That's confident.
I think the guy had even said that he suspected I might have had quads, but then he called off anyway. And there's probably a lesson there. And MH with a combo draw here. He's got the hearts, and he's got the gutter, and Uncle T has a trashy underpair that's going to just fold here probably.
5 grand, 6 grand.
Unless it doesn't.
I ran like a 7.
Never mind anything I said.
Instincts are correct, although you can see the equity chop favors MH because without a pair.
He has way too many assets. That's one of them.
The 3 of hearts would have been better.
That would have been spicier for entertainment purposes.
And so,
has a flush.
when Uncle T picks up the gutter,
He has the hind end of the gutter.
just saying.
MH is going to go with 225, and he's going to pray that Uncle T has an 8. Unfortunately, he does not have an 8.
Yeah, I think Uncle T needs to somewhere.
Yeah, this is a long past time to get out. Or not. Okay. So the river we go, Uncle T right dead.
Pretty sure we started.
And now it's...
Ooh, MH hits a 10.
Yeah, he's got a pair to go with this
flush.
He's got a pair with his flush.
He should get extra. He has the best hand. He has the second best hand.
If he was playing against himself, he could try to get value from that 10.
He could. But he's going to go and get value. And let's just see how big he decides to go here. He decides to go
huge.
Pretty big. 875.
He's turned his hand in. I think it's a right. I mean, he's not going to get a call.
Well, he's trying to get called by
yeah,
8.
he's trying to get.
That's the only thing he's getting called by. He's only getting called by an 8, and he knows it. But he's definitely getting called by an 8. So I like the big bet. I'd even go $1,000.
Make it look like a bluff. You get maybe you get something. But Tom's not going to make those calls. Like, do we have a new player for our bomb pot? Oh, same guy, Mr. Smith.
All right. So one last hand.
Bomb pot.
See if we can get any more quads.
This is a newer dealer here. I thought he did a good job tonight.
Yeah, Maui's done a solid job. As has our production.
I don't like his name though.
No,
if he's not from Hawaii, you can't be called Maui. Can you give him that feedback?
Maybe it's a nickname. I don't know.
Is it a nickname or is it his name?
I'm excited for like the Tampa area.
This is where well, this is where I'm plugging everybody. Maui did a good job. Carly did a good job. Mel did a good job.
Well, Carly's
pressing the
amazing,
buttons.
yeah.
And
well,
Kristen making the lineups. Everyone did a great job tonight. I think even you did a great job, Doc.
Well, you always do a great job. You always do.
Okay, we got a pair of boards here. And I see trip threes for Smith. I see trip queens for Biddy because of force.
It's Mr. Smith.
Mr. Smith, well, I'm just going by the screen.
Oh, Biddy with the queen there. He's going to check it, and Kevin with the queen as well. So this could get a little spicy. They both have the same hand.
They have the same queen.
So unless you get one of those danglers to hit.
Neither of them have anything on the top either, which I think is going to slow them down.
Image with the best ace, I guess, on the top. No, there's a
Johnny
3, right? Yeah, Johnny's got a 3, and he folds. No, he did fold, didn't he?
Oh, I can believe it one way hand. It's on Uncle T right now who's going to fold. That's what Sean.
Come in.
Never mind that. So Kevin, Connie Hill, very first turn here. Everybody has trips of some kind.
So we see Mr. Smith here.
Kevin has top vote on the bottom, and Smith has the
he's it's a losing thing. But I think Smith's going to go with his hand. I have a feeling he's just going to jam here. He picked up a flush draw.
And he picked up a bunch of draws that are no good.
Well, he can get the Jack of Hearts.
I doubt that anybody actually has the Jack of Hearts.
If he gets the Jack of Hearts, straight flush. I mean, so I think he's just going to go with this.
It says 0, so I don't think he has the Jack of Hearts available.
He doesn't know that. He doesn't know that.
Yeah, but like that's pretty optimistic to think you're throwing one out.
Yeah, but with that 3, you might think he's good there. I'm just trying to figure out reasons why. All right.
Okay, so Johnny folds, and we're going to go to our final round.
Wow, Johnny folds the better hand on top.
5 pairs, and nobody actually has a 5. And Smith's hearts get there, but the boat's there already. But Smith is going to...
He's going to chop this.
Smith has the 3 on the top. He moves all in. Kevin calls. They're going to chop up that dead money. And that's how it's going to end tonight.
And that's it. So he gets a $55 profit there, both players. All right, that is
stats, I think, one more time
our
stream. Get out of here.
I just want to thank everybody who joined us tonight. I really appreciate it. I know the Cowboys are playing tonight, so
yeah,
being America's team, not a lot of people are probably watching that, or a lot of people.
Understandable.
Shouldn't the Patriots be America's team? They're the Patriots.
I
know you don't like the Patriots.
I don't know how that works.
Anyway, thank you, everybody. We're going to run through the stats here really quick, maybe. We don't control that.
We see the aggression. We see that at least. Race first in. Okay, Mel clicked all the buttons. Thank you, Mel. Shout out to Mel pressing the buttons for 4 hours. Keeping this thing running and making the lineups. Our dealers, once again, Carly and Maui. Picks one more time. I think we
We had Biddy, the big winner. He had a quiet first 2 hours. The back end was amazing.
How he got someone to jam on his top set was amazing.
So on behalf of Dante, I'm William Waddy, the New York Net. Have a good night. Be sure to join us again tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you.